All right. Yes. 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 Welcome. 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 All right. What a great thing. What a great thing to be here. What a magnificent thing to be actually healthy again. To be healthy again. To be feeling pretty good. To be feeling pretty good after I don't know, about a weekend, 2 or 3 days of being ill and under the weather. Being under the weather. You don't want to be under the weather. You want to be over the rainbow. You want to be over the rainbow. Good morning, everyone. This is Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I am a comic book artist. I have been for 25 years. 25 years in this godforsaken industry that gets weirder and weirder every single day. It gets weirder and weirder every single day. But I'm still here, blazing my own trail with the guys from Comicsgate, our Comicsgate community, and you guys. We couldn't do it without you. 55 people watching now. I'll tell you something. That summer flu, that summer cold flu is no fun. And I don't know how I get it because I tend to isolate myself. I'm going to be like Michael Jackson. I'm going to start to kind of live in one of those hyperbolic chambers. Hyperbolic? That's not. Wait, a hyperbolic chamber is a chamber that exaggerates itself for the sake of color. I don't know if I want to be in a hyperbolic chamber. But something along those lines. And I'm going to wear a face mask outside. I'm going to wear one of those doctor's masks. I'm going to make all my kids wear them too. While I'm at it, I'm changing Ava's name to Blanket, and then the transformation will be complete. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. All right. We got a lot of people in here. Jabba the Cuck is very excited. Everyone knows I love pie. I got up early this morning. Now, Andrea was mad at me last night. You guys didn't know this. Andrea was very mad at me. I was in bed with her and she just said, I'm really hungry. I said, well, I'm going to go downstairs and maybe make a turkey and bacon sandwich. And Andrea said, oh yeah, you're going to make the sandwich. I said, yeah, you know, how are you going to make the bacon? I'm like, I'll just make bacon. I'll fry it. She's like, you're going to fry the bacon. I was like, yeah. That's what I do. I fry it. And she's like, you're going to make a mess. She's like, I'll do it. And I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I came downstairs and I started live streaming. Andrea was still under the assumption that I was going to make the sandwiches. So she was mad at me. She ended up making me a sandwich. She made it with a little bit of annoyance because she thought she was getting a sandwich from me. I make sandwiches left and right. That's what I do. But she didn't understand. Like, I was not clear. You need to be clear with your women. You need to be perfectly clear with your women that you have agreed that they should make the sandwich, not you, because you are going to make a mess. Even though I very, very rarely make messes. I hardly ever make messes. So yeah, this morning I woke up early. I went out and I made it up to her. She likes these here in New Jersey. First of all, the thing about New Jersey is they have great bread. I know that sounds weird, but you can't get the bread that they get here in New Jersey. You can't get it anywhere else. Okay, so get these nice Kaiser rolls in Jersey. You get them in New York too. It's this whole area. Bagels and things like that. The pizza can't be stopped in no large part because of the crust, the bread that we're able to make here. I don't know what it is. People say it's the water. People say we have a higher concentration of Jewish people here, and they understand how to make bread better than anyone. And it's true. Their bagels don't get bagels anywhere else. Get bagels here. For some reason, this is where bagels are good. Anyway, so I went out there and I got her this Kaiser bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. And I brought her home a Boost slushie. Boost is another New Jersey thing. It's basically Coca-Cola without the carbonation. I don't know why anyone likes it, but Jersey people do. So you get a Boost slushie. It's better than coffee. And she's up. I'm like, am I forgiven for last night? And she's just like, hell yeah. So all is well. All is well. Chris Lowe says, hi from Scotland. Hi. I wish I was in Scotland. I really need to see the Loch Ness Monster. Chris Lowe, if I come to Scotland, will you take me to see the Loch Ness Monster? Can you make that happen for me? I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of good people in here today. Having a few problems on Twitter. There seems to be a misunderstanding about what the purpose of this channel is. A lot of indie guys are just kind of grumbling that I am not using my channel to promote every single Indiegogo campaign and all these independent comic book artists. This is always gonna happen. I am interested in having and promoting people's Indiegogo campaigns. I'm interested in promoting new and upcoming comic book artists. I do want you to know that is part of what I want to do. I want people to succeed. I'm all for, you know, having people succeed. But you do have to come and ask me. You have to say, "Hey, how you doing? Look at my book. Is it good?" And what if it's not good? What if it sucks? What if it sucks? Then what do I do? I gotta kind of be honest with you, I guess, and just say, "Hey, no, your book sucks," um, or not. Maybe I just shouldn't do it at all. I don't know. Yeah. Grace says only promote what you believe in and like. We don't need more comics. I agree. We don't need that at all. We don't need that at all. Uh, what? uh, Horatio Cockley says, "Are they bullying you, Ethan? Who'd be bullying you?" That's a good question. No, they're not. They're not bullying me, but I do have to. I do have to kind of lay it on the line. On the contrary, I think people just want some attention, but you do have to kind of come. I'm here to make friends. I mean, that's the other thing. I would like to make friends. Another guy says that he alleges that Zack's DNC's dark roast, of course, the famous dark roast that everybody has widely either kind of been meh at or have condemned. They've condemned the dark roast for what it is. It's Zack just muttering, calling people names into his iPhone. Oh my God. He called a woman a sea dumpster. And by sea, not, I mean, let me see, there are a bunch of different words you could fill into that. You know what I'm talking about. He called a woman a bad name. It's disgusting. That's Zack's. Zack just wanted to say those words. I don't know. I mean, they're words straight out of like Hustler magazine in 1971. These aren't words that I would use. These aren't phrases that I would espouse or express. I don't stand by them at all. But this guy's very happy. He's like, I got Van Sciver to publicly condemn that dark roast. Well, I mean, I condemn it is a strong word to kind of like it was more like this. It was more like, yeah, it's, you know, whatever. It sucked. That's the condemnation that you got. So he says, so otherwise it would make him look like a hypocrite, in parentheses, which he is anyway. SJWs are big on calling people hypocrites. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a huge hypocrite in a lot of ways. How can anyone not be a hypocrite? I mean, everyone's a hypocrite about something. I'll just say, yeah, I'm probably a big hypocrite about a bunch of things. You'd be able to find it if you really cared. You'd be able to pour over all of the things that I've said in some ways, strongly wagged a finger at, but in other cases, I kind of look the other way. That's hypocrisy. You'll find instances of that. I am only human after all. I know it seems otherwise, but I'm only human. Guys like, yeah, I was a hypocrite over celebrating James Gunn's firing. Did I celebrate it? You guys have to tell me, did I celebrate it or was it like, yeah, I did. I kind of did. Maybe I did. All right, I did celebrate it. He said, which is why I think, and this is the scheme that SJWs have uncovered about me. This is what they figured out. Tim King, thanks for $5. Good morning, Uncle Ethan. Just got here. How are you? I'm good. This is the morning drive show. It's the morning drive time show. Hey, listen, Eric Boyd, the one thing I'm not a hypocrite about is pie. Okay, I admit that I like pie. I also admit that, so there's no pieocracy. I admit that I like pie. I have also gone 9 days without pie. Nine days. Yeah, people are. Yeah, so 9 days without pie is pretty good. Is pretty good. Ramiro Franco says you were ecstatic. I Snoopy danced over it. Well, Java the Cut calls me a pie dumpster. Yeah, it's true. Well, all right. Yeah, I was happy about it in a way. I was happy about it that Disney kind of stood by their decision. And I'm not happy about James Gunn being unemployed. I could care less. I think his work is good. I think James Gunn is a good film director. It's just that Disney shouldn't be employing him. And I like the fact that Disney said, no, he's not going to be for our family-friendly image is too important. He's not for us. He doesn't belong here. And then they stood by it, even as SJWs attacked and assaulted, and they did it purely on political reasons. And they all said things like, they said the weirdest things. They're like, you only want him gone because he stood up against Trump. And that you just want to silence his Trump-hating voice. You lunatics all stand up against Trump. He was just one more. I just assume that Hollywood people all hate Trump. I just assume it. I'm too busy. I can't go after every single one of them. It really was the child porno jokes and the pedophilia. I mean, that really was what it was about. It wasn't about It wasn't about Trump. You know, again, if that were the case, we'd be very, very busy, and we'd be very, very bad at our jobs, removing Trump haters from Hollywood. That's all I am saying. Yeah, anyway, so this guy thinks my big plan at this point, this SJW, my big plan is to get rid of diversity in comics. So I'm going to overthrow. This is what they think. This is how they assume Comicsgate goes. I overthrow diversity in comics, and then I maximize my own profits. But it's like I overthrow diversity in comics in order to maximize my own profits. There is one thing standing in the way of me making the living that I am entitled to, and that is diversity in comics. He's in the way. Zack is in the way of me making all of the money. I got to get rid of Zack. I got to overthrow him. I got to coup. I got to commit a coup de grace. Basically, I have my centurions. I've got my men. And we are going to storm the gates, the comic gates. And we are going to overthrow King Zack. Why? Profit. Profits. That's why. And then, yeah, that's what it leads to. Maximizing profits. So I did. I just, I want to know how they got into my playbook, how they figured this all out, because that is absolutely the case. But the one thing I'm worried about is Zack finding out. We were planning on sneak attacking him. We were planning on we're planning on diverting him. That dog, by the way, the dog that he's watching is a traitor. That dog is working for us, and he should just be very, very careful, because we're everywhere. Tony Clark, thanks for €2. Disney dodged a Spacey bomb by firing gun. That is true. Did you see that Kevin Spacey's new movie premiered over the weekend? It premiered over the weekend, and it made $127 at the box office. Not $127,000, not $127 million, $127. Now, that is a worrisome thing. You do have to understand that this kind of thing does it's applicable. It's applicable to somebody like James Gunn. Let me see. I'm going to look this story up real quick so I can read to you. This kind of thing might happen. I don't know if it would happen. Yeah, I don't know if it would happen the same way. MCU movies are different. I mean, they're kind of, they're kind of a big deal. People will go see them no matter what, but I do think they're going to take kind of, they would take a hit. Now, Kevin Spacey's, why did I say Kevin Smith? That was not a Freudian slip. By the way, Horatio Cockley's, thanks for $2. Caesar must consolidate his domain. Yeah, I must get rid of everyone that's in the way. So check this out. Box office. Kevin Spacey's Billionaire Boys Club earns abysmal $126 on opening day. I wish I'd gone to see it now. I could have made it $146 if I'd gone to see it. I would have liked to, like, that's a chance right there. That's an opportunity to make a real impact. That's an opportunity to make a real impact. You say that your vote doesn't count, your dollars don't count. They do count when the box office earns $126 on opening day. Literally nobody. How many? That's 6 people? 6 people in the world went to go see Kevin Spacey's Billionaire Boys Club on opening day. Just 6 people. 6 people. The ensemble crime drama, also starring Ansel Elgort and Taron Egerton, 2 big names, marks a career box office low for the disgraced Spacey after premiering first on VOD. Well, I hope so. I certainly hope that marks a career low. Can you imagine if that's only your second lowest selling film? $126 on opening day. You could have shown that in my backyard, and I think we would have made more money. I mean, it's not great. It's not great, guys. Disgraced actor Kevin Spacey is enduring a career low at the box office this weekend. The ensemble crime drama Billionaire Boys Club quietly opened Friday in 8 theaters, scattered in select states across the United States. The indie film earned an abysmal. I created a character called Abysma. Did it ever get? And it was named Abysma. It's in. It was a Red Lantern. He was a Red Lantern, and he was on. He's in Green Lantern number 25. I think Hal Jordan is sticking a harpoon through him. Abysma. Never went anywhere. Great name though. I wonder if I could steal the name Abysma back from DC, since they never used it, and put it in Cyberfrog. What do you guys think of that? Abysma. It's as good as Atrocitus, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. Actually, it was meant to be an Aquaman villain. But yeah, it didn't. Again, it didn't go anywhere. Yeah, so it is an abysmal $126 for the day, and another $162 on Saturday for a 2-day total of $287. Following its release on premium VOD last month, according to those with access to theater grosses for the full weekend, Billionaire Boys Club could have trouble making much more than $425. That falls far low of their expectations. It's a little like Solo. I mean, it falls below their expectations. Josh, thanks for $1.99. Morning, Uncle Ethan, sounding better, jacked like vid up. Thank you. Tim King, $5. Eventually, you'll want to send all of Comicsgate to the guillotines and rule the world, you monster. Well, eventually, yeah. I mean, it's not the guillotines; it's the trebuchets. But they've figured it out. So it's fallen short of expectations. All right. So put another way, that's a per location average of roughly $53 for the weekend. If going by the average ticket price to date of $9.29, that means fewer than 6 people showed up in each cinema. Fewer than 6. That means 5. Fewer than 6 equals 5. Tony Clark, thanks for €5. The Spacey bomb should be a warning about an incoming Flaccid Johnson trilogy bomb. Disney can't survive 3. I hope they actually get this message. This is exactly correct. James Gunn, wherever he goes at this point, is probably going to suffer the same fate as Kevin Spacey. Now, I know SJWs pretend to support him. SJWs and the people who are pretending to want James Gunn to come back and work on Guardians of the Galaxy, they're saying he's in demand everywhere. Anywhere he goes, he's going to. Well, I would like to see that come true. I would like to see the reality of that. SJWs do not spend money, and I don't know when these chuckleheads are going to figure it out. They don't spend any money. They don't have any money to spend. They are not going to go out, and they are not going to go support some James Gunn movie, just the same way they're not going to support a Kevin Spacey movie. Robin Eaton, thank you for £1.99. Making my Monday afternoon a little brighter. That's what I'm here to do. Thank you. Black Peugeot, thanks for $1.99. People are boycotting Guardians of the Galaxy 3 over Gunn being fired. It doesn't matter. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Good morning.
Doug TeNaples here, ladies and gentlemen. Doug TeNaples is joining the morning show. Doug, we're talking about the depressing, I would say the depressed box office for Billionaire Boys Club, Kevin Spacey's new movie.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's dying. I saw that in the trades.
Well, it's not doing as well as they thought that it was going to do. Solo lost $80 million at the box office. They really were expecting it to do better. Billionaire Boys Club also is falling somewhat short of expectations. It earned $126, full stop, on Friday. And then
Dude, I made more money on Friday.
Yes, me too. But I didn't try as hard, and I think maybe that's what's important. $162 on Saturday. That's a 2-day total of $287 for its full release over the weekend. They are worried that it is going to struggle to make the projected $425 for the complete weekend total at this point. So put another way, they are saying that's roughly $53 a location for the weekend. And that's projecting that it does hit the $425 mark that they're aiming for. I think that's reasonable. If going by average ticket price to date of $9.27, that means fewer than 6 people showed up in each cinema. Doug, what's fewer than 6?
That'd be 5
or 4.
4. That there's not even many numbers below that. You have to go to half people.
Yeah. I mean, if they mean half, well, why would they say half people? What would they mean by that? They don't mean little people, do they?
Yeah. Well, no. Teens,
No. Oh,
kids.
teenagers. Okay.
Yeah. Let's not go
Custom
full.
Songmaker, $5. The Lawrence Southern video has
Ugnaughts are half people.
Ugnaughts are. God damn those Ugnaughts. Excuse my language this early in the morning. Custom Songmaker, $5. The Lawrence Southern video has 500,000 views. Your earliest YouTube hit. Looking pretty jacked and giving the Tucker Carlson look to the garbage media. Thank you for that. And thank you for digging that up. I don't know how anyone found that. Doug, these people found a Lawrence Southern video where she's interviewing two Muslims on the street in Washington, D.C. And sure enough, I was drunk and roaming the streets at that moment and saw a girl in a prom dress in January interviewing two Muslims about Sharia law. And I stumbled into the frame and just stood there looking bewildered at the strange sight. And so basically I photobombed this interview.
You're famous.
People found it. Yeah, people found it. And they're like, is this you? And I can't deny it. I mean, I can't.
It was you.
It is me. I mean, I could claim it's someone else, but I mean, I think I could say that it is, who's the guy from Christmas Vacation? The guy who
Chase?
No, not Chevy Chase. The guy whose shitter was full, and he was dumping waste from his RV out into the open sewer.
Oh, Quaid?
Yeah, Randy Quaid. I could say it was Randy Quaid, but I'll bet he has an alibi. Tony Clark, thanks for €2. A Pando solo bomb message sent through from Fandom Enough. Kari Press, hey Antonio. Good morning, Ethan. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, Antonio. Nice to see you.
Fellow Frankliner, fellow Tennessean, Antonio.
Oh, are you from Tennessee?
Is that our Antonio?
That's right.
I'm in Franklin. I'm two towns over.
All right, so we're worried about this. Of course, we're worried about this movie. If you did invest in this film, you are worried as well. I just opened a Diet Rockstar. Sorry, Doug. I'm drinking a Rockstar this morning.
I'm having coffee. Yeah, you gotta fire it up. You sound a lot better. You have energy.
I'm 90% there. Yeah, I slept all of yesterday. I did a live stream. It was weird, but I did sleep most of the day. I woke up this morning like, da-na-na-na, like ready to rock. I mean, I went out. I turned the car radio up, top 40. I'm listening to kids' music. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Music.
Yeah. It's upbeat.
Yeah. And I was like, I feeling good today. So I thought I'd bring that energy to the morning show. I'm glad you could join me. All right. So what is the answer here? They earlier this summer, distributor Vertical Entertainment said it would go ahead and release Billionaire Boys Club on VOD and in cinemas. In a statement at the time, Vertical said it was, quote, neither an easy nor insensitive decision. Stone Mexican guy, thanks for $1.99. Do you think we will get Machete in Space? Do you think we will get Machete in Space?
That's that Robert Rodriguez guy that he uses. Rodriguez.
Is he going to space?
Machete? It'd be great.
Is that? But I mean, is that on the agenda? Is that going to happen? Maybe.
I mean, it sounds like a Rodriguez film.
Interesting. Rick Consort, thanks for $5. Good morning, sir. I actually got notified while you're still live for once. Hey, that's good. That's good. Here's the thing about doing a morning show. Hey, it's
West Coast is asleep.
Yeah, the West Coast is asleep, but I mean, Australia is rocking and rolling. And, we have, Doug, we have fans all over the world. So, I mean, basically, you want to be available whenever you can be available. People will always tune in. We have 590 people watching.
Holy smokes.
It is only 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. Let me put your, while you're in here, do you mind if I put, I know that you're shy about this kind of a thing.
Yeah. I'm no salesman.
But do you mind if I put Bigfoot Bill's Indiegogo in the link here?
If you want to be crass, and I know you're not above it, let's throw the link on there.
I'm not above it. I am a merchant. I am a merchant at heart, and you can count on me to try to sell comic books whenever I can. Whenever it's possible.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Is that right? All right. So hold on a second. Let me put this in there. Help Doug to Naples. I like the idea of your dream coming true.
Yeah.
Dream come
it is a dream.
True. This dream, not the other dreams that you've had, you sick bastard. This dream is okay. The other dreams that you've had, They better not come true.
Might invent a time machine to go back in time and kill Yoko Ono to keep the Beatles together. That dream.
Really? That's actually, I wouldn't have minded that dream.
I mean, we could just kidnap her. I'm not saying it has to be murder.
I'm up for anything, pal.
Like if I went in as some art patron and said, I will fund your wacky art of you screaming in public, but we're going to get you out here to Fresno. We're going to open your show up. That would do it. If it was at just the right time to keep her from meeting John Lennon, they'd still be together.
I think about that stuff all the time. All the time.
Some people to go back and kill Hitler, and I just go, I think the world came out well after we wiped out Hitler. Things were better after than if he had merely been taken out. We were allowed to go on in our doldrums. Yeah. We took care of a lot of business in World War II.
We did. We went over there. We punched them all, right? That's what we punched all the Nazis.
We punched them. We don't punch Nazis. We kill them.
Oh.
We kill Nazis. Oh. They punch them. We kill them.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's how you know that these aren't real Nazis, because you don't just punch a Nazi. When they're throwing Jews in ovens, you go kill them.
You go kill those people.
They
you don't
barely
let that happen.
Them. They're pacifists.
Absolutely. Carl Neemsow, thanks for $5. Morning from Australia. GameStop or stocking comics? Is this a good or bad thing? Would you consider releasing Cyberfrog, a Cyberfrog version on OG news stock? The answer is no to that. Wouldn't do that. Only because why? Why would I release a poor quality product to you guys?
Because it looks cool. You got to admit the news stock takes you back to 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's purely for nostalgic reasons, right? It's like putting film grain on your videos to make them look old and cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the value, those things were rags. They yellowed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would do it as just for fun. But do it as a product that I intend to sell to you guys. Like, hey, this is my product. No, I might do it as an old school throwback. But yeah, I don't think I would ever offer it as something I was proud of and intend. And
it's like releasing vinyl. Like releasing a vinyl. That's totally about time travel.
Totally, completely. And he says GameStop or stocking comics, is this good or bad? Well, I think there are still a few Blockbuster home videos out there. I am going to stock Cyberfrog in Blockbuster. I'm going to sell, what are those little red machines that you can get DVDs out of?
Yeah, the red video thing. You need like a 7-Eleven standee. Remember those comics? You turn that little squeaky cart thing, spin around, and there was all those comics. We need a Gamergate.
Doug, I got one of those right behind me.
You do?
Yeah, I've got a Hey Kids Comics stand. It's
filled with your stock. We need a Comicsgate standee in all the 7-Elevens.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. So
that is our target audience. People who go to 7-Elevens is definitely our target audience. The forgotten man.
Yeah, if you want to drink a big gulp and read a Cyberfrog, I love you. Yeah, Redbox, we're gonna sell comics through Redbox. Look, it's really weird. I honestly think GameStops are on the way out, but what do I know? You never know. The way video games are going right now, it's inevitable. I don't know what it's going to take. Doug, listen, if you don't want to be involved with this discussion of women ruining culture, or men trying to make women ruin culture, I'm not really sure. I think we could just sum it up as SJWs ruining culture. Sure. You don't have to participate in this discussion here, but I'm going to read this article from One Angry Gamer. I did a little research. I'm not much of a gamer myself. I'm not much of a video gamer. I don't have time. And I yelled at they're not going to like this in the chat right now, but I yelled at my kid about this. I said, why are you playing video games?
Yeah.
And he's like, because it's fun. I'm like, you're 19 years old.
Yeah.
If it's not making you money or helping you meet girls, why are you doing it? And he was like, oh. And it changed his life. Like that question changed his life. And he stopped playing video games and he's out there making money and meeting girls. And that is the thing. Now, I'm done meeting girls. I'm done. I met my girl.
That's right. Mission accomplished.
Done with that part.
No more conquest.
Right. There might be time. One would think that there would be time to play video games. People are saying, "Hey, it's fun." Of course, it's fun. It is fun. It's a good time waster. It's a good amusing time waster if you have the time. But it's like you don't want to. It can also be a time sink. And really, as an aspirational young man who's trying to get himself on his feet, you need women. you need money. Those
Yeah.
are the two things you should be
I'm a
seeking.
game maker, and I tell up and comers advice. I go, there is no time for games. Get rid of the
Right.
Xbox, get rid of the PlayStation, because it is time to work. If you're trying to bust your chops and get into this business, if you want to make comics, every time that because I've played Call of Duty for 4 hours straight. That's 4 hours that I could have gotten better at art. And
Oh yeah.
and a young guy getting in, I want to hear about how much games are you playing, how much TV are you watching? Because if you're doing that, then you don't want it bad enough.
Well, listen, I'll play Dead Rising 1 on survival mode, and it's basically, you can play that thing all day long. Like 20, you have to play it 24 hours to win, 24 hours straight. And I can do it, and I will do it. And it is a complete waste of time. I totally enjoy it. I play video games between Christmas and New Year's. That whole week, don't bother me. I'm playing video games. Andrea knows that. It's always been that way. That's just the way it is. Okay, that's my holiday vacation.
But you're already working. I mean, you've got a job working comics.
Yeah.
So you can spend a little time, a little cheddar on video games.
Oh, sure,
before you hit it again.
I just have to be careful not to spend too much time on it. But anyway,
kids
that's
don't
not
do
what
that.
I want.
They're like dogs who they'll eat themselves to death if you let them. Kids on video games, they don't have a stop mechanism. They don't know when to quit. My kids are that way. They're all on screens. It's like, guys, turn it off. That's virtual accomplishment. Let's get some real accomplishment in life.
Yes. All right. So nevertheless, I like video games. I do like video games. I just don't get to play them as much as maybe I would like to. Maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe I'm jealous of people who can play video games. That might be the case. So we have EA Games. EA Games has decided to get woke. I saw this happening and just shook my head. But because I'm not a gamer, I didn't really get involved. All I can say is this. The SJWs are like beavers. Okay. Beavers do the same thing no matter where you place them. This is an Adam Carolla kind of bit. Adam Carolla talks about beavers. Now, if you take beavers, what do beavers do? Beavers build dams. That's what they do. If they don't know how to do anything else. If you put beavers on top of the Empire State Building, they would be looking around for wood to cut down to build a dam on top of the Empire State Building, because that's what they do. And the SJWs are exactly the same way. Anywhere they install themselves, they do the same goddamn thing. Excuse my language. So what do SJWs do? SJWs are under the delusion, okay, that women and men are the same. SJWs believe that women are being excluded from all of the cool stuff and men have all the cool stuff. So all the masculine fantasies that we enjoy, all of this stuff that we are involved in, these SJWs, and many of them are males, squeaky little males with beards and the glasses and the goofy hair. They're like, why aren't women involved in this? Because women aren't like us, you assholes. Women don't like this stuff. Women are doing their own thing. Women are out there being women. Women don't have aggressive fantasies about kicking people in the face. And by the way, when you talk about empowered women doesn't mean, remember that movie Barbed Wire with Pamela Anderson?
Yeah.
They think being an empowered woman means being a sexy stripper who can kick men in the face with her stilettos. Now, the sexy part has gone out the window in the past 20 years. Now it's about the privilege of looking like Jabba the Hutt and still kicking men in the face. That's an empowered woman to SJW men. They are insane. Now, these SJWs have decided that the thing to do is to insert women into male power fantasies, which we all share. And then they get upset when two things happen. The first thing that happens is men complain and go, hey, guys, we don't want to role play as women. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to turn on our video game, and we don't want to pretend to be a woman. That's not what we want to do. We're happy being men. And then the second thing that happens is that women do not turn out in droves to indulge in the male power fantasy of being a woman fighting in World War II or whatever Battlefield V was. Battlefield 5, Battlefield V. Big, huge failure. They put out a game where a woman is the lead character. She's missing an arm or a leg. I'll figure this all out in a minute. I'm going to read a little article about this, but just let me rant for a moment. This is a dead end, SJWs. I understand. You're either doing this to be irritating to people. That's fine. Just admit it that you're doing it to be irritating. That would make sense to me. You're not doing this to make money. You're not doing this to make money. People don't like this. Your audience doesn't like this. And you're doing it in comics, you're doing it in Star Wars, you're doing it everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you are somehow under this misapprehension. And I think it's just a misapprehension, because if it's not a misapprehension, then it's something sinister. You're trying to deliberately piss people off and destroy hobbies that men enjoy. You're trying to destroy masculine hobbies. But I'm going to give you the benefit of a doubt, and I'm going to just indulge you in your delusion that if only you add women to these male fantasies, that normal women are going to come and join the men in enjoying these video games and these cartoons and these movies, and you're going to double your audience. That is insanity. And talk to your wife and say, what would it get to take you? What would it take to get you to play Battlefield? Do we have to put a woman in there? Is that what? If you're a woman shooting people, shooting Nazis, are you now going to start playing Battlefield 5? They're going to look at you like you're a complete idiot.
Yeah.
It's just not, that's not the way women work. That's not the way women work. Women have their own interests. Men have theirs. So what you've done is you have failed at attracting women, and you have driven off and pissed off your male audience. Now, Doug, the only thing to do now, if you are one of these woke SJWs who is meeting with this kind of resistance, is to say what? What do they all say when you complain about this to them? Let me see if you've been paying attention.
Let's see. If you complain about it, you're patriarchal. You want to, they always ascribe evil intent to you, that you really just want to dominate and reduce women and kick them out of the boys' club. So you want ill will for them. Is that close? Is that what you're looking for? Is that close?
That's semi-close. They start to call you names, and then the second thing that they do is go, don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't buy it. We don't want you to buy it if you're a bigot who doesn't love women, who doesn't like women, which is infuriating to the customer. Absolutely infuriating.
And it destroys business, because people magically don't buy it. They don't want it.
Correct.
There's science that backs this up, Ethan. Let me fill you in on this.
Okay.
There was a huge study done when, back when they taught classic literature in schools, that boys and girls would read these old classics. Take Treasure Island, for instance. It's a boy's book, and girls read it just fine, and boys read it just fine. And then there was this big push in literature to bring in more girl-centered literature into the schoolroom. So they started bringing in many more like sensitive girl titles, let's say Jane Austen and probably Laura Ingalls Wilder and stuff like that. And magically the girls remained readers and all the boys dropped out. All the boys' reading scores dropped out. And that's because women are far more complex than men. Men are far more simple and driven. Men want to read stories about guys kicking butt. And girls are flexible and broad enough to be able to handle some boys' literature. They don't go out in droves. All that happens is they lose the boys' market. And boys, that's what happened to the boys in education, is schools are largely structured around girls who are far more flexible and really don't need the special catering. All they do is they lose the boys. So this is an anti-male thing, and the boys got weakened.
That is the case.
Yeah, that's just that just goes into our nature. We are far more inflexible. We're far more vulnerable, actually, to these kinds of things, and we're the ones that end up paying. The boys, our guys who we neuter, end up paying the price. They become dumber, and now you have academia where girls outnumber boys in going to college and graduating and getting an education, and you have guys largely neutered in society. And when you neuter a guy and you don't give him vision and you don't give him a battle, now you've created a monster, because you have a weak guy, crime goes up, male depression goes up, and then lo and behold, a lagging indicator is women's depression goes up, because they really don't want what feminism has been striving for all this time. And you can see this in the metrics across the board. Male and female depression has gone through the roof since we've kind of broken that bound of traditional roles. No one is happier. It creates worse people, That's the damage of feminism. That's my beef with it.
Absolutely true.
Destroy the family, and then you destroy culture. You destroy the arts. No one's happier. Everyone okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with it. I'm here to I'm here to talk about it. Blue Satoshi, $5. How to get women to play Battlefield 5, Battlefield V. Make it a match 3 dating sim. Also, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Blue Satoshi. I do agree. And another thing, match 3 dating sim for iPhone. She corrects for another $2. That's even better. All right. So here's the thing. They say if you don't like it, don't buy it. Of course, people don't buy it, and then they start freaking out. Why aren't you buying it? And then everyone gets fired. Everyone's angry. Please listen. For the love of God.
Ghostbusters 3. It's the Ghostbusters 3 effect.
Of course. Of course. So anyway, there's a video game YouTuber that I didn't know about. And people are like, you don't know about Angry Joe? No, I don't know about Angry Joe. I don't want to watch people with doughy faces play video games. I could look in the mirror and watch a doughy face guy play a video game. I'm not interested. There are enough people on YouTube whose features have not fully formed. It's a weird thing. You know how like when you're a baby, you look at a baby and you can see they have a nose, but it's kind of soft and doughy and it hasn't really taken a firm shape yet. Their cheekbones haven't come in.
Yeah.
They're just they've got
their skull hasn't
lips.
fully woven together. Their skull isn't fully woven.
Yeah, they just have like baby soft features that look like, hey, you're a perpetual child. Now, the answer to fixing that is to grow a beard and to wear glasses and to cover up as much of your fucking face as you possibly can. That's what a soy boy is. That's what soy boys do. So I see enough of these people on YouTube. Mundane Matt is a big one. Mundane Matt has that whole problem going on. Just circular head with like unformed features. Ryan Johnson's another one. This guy looks like one too. I don't watch his show. I'm not interested. But he's in trouble because he is freaking out. He's shilling for EA games about this controversy, and this is a big controversy. This is another like Gamergate will never end. It'll just never end because these people will not learn. They are not out to make money. They're out to make some kind of social point, and it just aggravates people. Big chat, thanks for £1.99. I wish Ollie Reed was still alive to balance the soy. Yeah, Oliver Reed was cool. Oliver Reed was cool. All right, look. Angry Joe Vargas has come under fire for misrepresenting a controversy plaguing Battlefield 5's low pre-order sales and for censoring comments on his YouTube video. He recently published titled EA Battlefield V's pre-orders weak. It's 'cause women and SJWs. He's making fun of normal people. Joe claims he's not censoring comments, but others have pointed to evidence that some comments aren't appearing on the video. The video can be viewed below, which clocks in at 13 minutes. The video attempts to downplay how angry people are at the current wave of SJWs ruining the video game industry, especially after former EA exec Patrick Sutherland told people not to buy the game if they don't like the politics being implemented into the game. That is an absolute outrage. You don't like the politics we're sticking into your game, don't buy the game. Don't buy the game. David Todoroff, thanks for $2. These SJWs have no concept of a target market. No, I don't think that they do. Are you okay, Doug? Is everything
yeah, right? my kids are getting ready for school.
Oh, all right.
now the flash, he couldn't open up the 2 flashlights. He needed to change the battery. So he brought it to Dad to open the flashlight.
That's how you do it.
You don't bring it to Mom, you bring it to Dad.
Angry Joe attempts to state that the reason Battlefield V pre-orders are low isn't because people are fed up with SJWism in games, but because of being sandwiched between Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm going to get Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
And that is true. As anyone with common sense knows, the only people who deny the presence of SJWs negatively influencing games are SJWs and shills. Absolutely true. Fried Dirt, $5. Uncle E, if Battlefield V has women, why can't Madden 19 have women players? My daughter would want to play with someone whom she can relate. Yeah, why not? Lord Asserman, thanks for 12. Joe is not a shill. He's just kind of stupid. I've only seen this one video. So I don't know much about him. And I know you guys are like, what? You haven't? I haven't. I know. All of my favorite YouTubers are people that I'm friends with, except for Mike Zero, who I'm trying to be friends with, but I can't. I don't know if he's a real person. I still think he's this kind of Max Headroom type of guy. All right, so Angry Joe is getting into fights with people over this, and this is not the stand that you want to take with this kind of a game. This again, the market does sort all of this out. It sorts all of this out time and time and time again. Do not blame the customers. The customers are telling you loud and clearly they don't want to. These are male fantasy games. There's nothing wrong with that. Women can play too, but very few women do. That is a fact. I'm sorry. And men do not want to role play as women, except for me when I'm playing Miss Pac-Man. I do want to.
You put the bow
That's
in your
okay.
hair.
Like,
bow in your hair.
yeah. If you get to eat all of that stuff, I'll pretend to be a woman if I, with a little bow and the little lipstick. They have those soft pretzels that you can chase.
Miss Pac-Man is better than Pac-Man, don't you think?
It's a better game.
It's a better game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there a female Donkey Kong? No, I don't think there is.
Oh,
no.
Mike Mika made his little mod of Donkey Kong where you can play the girl and you go up and you rescue Mario. He did that for his daughter.
Is that right?
But not necessary. I don't know. My daughter plays Call of Duty. She wants to be a World War II soldier killing Nazis.
A World War II soldier killing Nazis?
Yeah, she's a tomboy though. She can throw a football.
Yeah. Does she want to play as a female character?
No, hell no. She'd never play the female character.
That's correct.
When we play D&D, she always wants to be some male warrior. And I go, you know what? Let her be. Let her be.
Haley was the same way.
I tried dressing her in pink her whole life, man. We'd get her princess stuff. There was no princess stuff with Olivia.
Yeah. Bradley Fortner says, I don't mind playing as a woman as long as it's third person and she's scantily clad. Yeah. Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, aren't there? But I mean, it's kind of like, hey, with Tomb Raider, it's like, hey, here's the gag. You're like female Indiana Jones. You're sexy. She's a sexy girl. And that's, I don't know. There's something, I understand that Anita Sarkeesian tried to destroy all this, but
yeah.
Look, you got to do with what people want to do. You can't. Why do you want to change people's attitudes about what they're enjoying and what they find to be fun? And also, why are you trying to take the piss and vinegar out of men? We've seen the result of that. The end result of that is bitchy little parakeet males on Twitter. Bitching and complaining about.
And Tomb Raider, I know the developers of Tomb Raider, and they didn't do that trying to socially engineer the world. They didn't go in and say, let's fix this.
Right.
Let's get a female. It was organic. It made sense, and they did it right. And that's where female heroes belong. It's not that men are terrified or against female heroes. It's we want it to be organic and make sense instead of political social engineering.
Now, how do people know, Doug? Do you think people can sniff out
that
kind of a thing, that political kind of...
men know when they're being gained. It's the same thing with the NFL when the guys stopped standing for the national anthem. This is a very patriotic sport. This is a hugely popular sport that most guys enjoy. Most people love watching football, and they love watching the patriotism, during the national anthem. And then if it was a couple of guys that just said, look, I don't want to stand, it'd be fine. But when it became political and total like social engineering of like, we have to, then they got all vocal and now they're making this huge stand. That's when it gets stinky. That's when you have to fight back.
You can tell when it's social engineering.
When they're starting a fight. Yep. Now
you can see it in comics. It's starting a fight. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So if they put Laura Croft in as a woman going, we have to fix men and we have to fix games with this. That was not why they put Laura Croft in. And you can smell it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know what? I had suspicions about Miss Pac-Man though.
No, dude, are you kidding? The Japanese market, this honor-based male-dominant system, they always had lots of female leads. That's Miyazaki and stuff. They weren't trying to make a point. They were going into fairy tale land. And Miss Pac-Man is just it's organic, right? They're not preaching. They're not saying she can eat dots too. Women can eat dots as good as men.
Yeah,
it was just a female character. It was honest.
It was the sequel. It was the sequel version. Yeah, there was a real sense that it was just like the next step. It's Pac-Man's wife or something like that. I liked it. I liked it. So here's the thing. You know, the implication of all of this, and this is what drives people nuts. This is what drives comic book fans and gamers, and we're all the same. Star Wars fans, we all have the same nonsense happening to us right now at the hands of SJWs. And by the way, SJWs keep telling you that SJWs don't exist. Oh, these non-existent SJWs. I'm like, you're an SJW, jackass. Like, you're exactly, like, look in the mirror. You are exactly what we're. If you're saying that, you are an SJW. Of course, everyone knows SJWs. We see what they do. We judge them by their works. This is the thing. This is all a trap to basically get the opportunity for some reason to, instead of profit, get to say, you hate women. Gamers hate women. Wouldn't you rather have the money? Fried Dirt, thanks for $2. Japan didn't have a female lead. December 7th, 1941. You know, my chat is very clever. You guys are awesome. Love you.
Good point.
Miss Pac-Man was just a ROM hack that went legit, says Blue Satoshi for $2. I didn't know that. It's like video game history.
I don't know.
Tony Clark, €5. There's always a hentai market for any pro-feminist SJW video game characters. Uncle, did you see my last super chat? Tony, I might have missed it because I was closing my eyes and testifying. I will go back and look at super chats. Believe me, I will. But this is the thing. It's the opportunity for them to say you hate women, which is double irritating. These people, this is why I keep saying don't hire SJWs. And it's a shame that they're in positions of power places, because if you've allowed them to take over your company, if you are EA and you actually do care about making profit, which you should, I want you to, you've really shot yourself in the foot by hiring this douchebag that is telling his customers if they don't like it, don't buy it. That is, hey, Patrick Soderlund, that's the wrong thing to say. That's the wrong thing to say when you are shepherding hundreds of millions of dollars worth of investment on a video game that your customers are telling you they resent, they actively resent. Congratulations, you get to tell them that they hate women. In return, you've lost your job, from what I understand. Is that true? Did he get fired? I gotta read more about that and find out. Soderlund would later go on to the interview to say that critics of Battlefield 5. Here's his quote. A month later, June of 2018, former chief design officer Patrick Soderlund, I got to see what this guy looks like, rolled out another excuse that it was because of his daughter that they had to prominently feature females in Battlefield 5, stating, "We felt like in today's world, I have a 13-year-old daughter that when the trailer came out and she saw all the flags, she asked me, 'Dad, why is this happening?' She plays Fortnite and says, 'I can be a girl in Fortnite. Why are people so upset about this?' She looked at me and she couldn't understand it. And I'm just like, okay, as a parent, how the hell am I going to respond to this?" And I just said, you know what? You're right. This is not okay. All right. So many SJW tropes in that. That is unbelievable. First of all, appealing to your daughter, to your young daughter, that's straight out of Amy Carter, is it not?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Why are they all like this? Why do they all do this? Yeah, it's like, and then I don't know what to say. They come to me and they say, why? Straight up, my 8-year-old, the next morning after Trump was elected, how am I going to tell them? How am I going to explain? All these parents that are flabbergasted by having to talk to their children and explain the way the world actually works. Honey,
how was it that I didn't have a problem going to my kids when Obama won and said, "Guys, girls, Obama's your president"? And I told my kid, they're like, "Boo!" I go, "No. When he walks in the room, you stand.
Yeah.
Stand for the president."
Yeah, I remember having that conversation with Hunter, who was 9, and just saying, because we were like, "Oh, we don't want Obama to win," and he won, and Dad's like, Hunter's like, "Dad, now what?" I'm like, it's no big deal. We're going to vote again in 4 years. Everything's going to be okay. He might be a bad president. He might be a good president. We'll see, but we'll vote him out of office in 2012. And that's when he began to start doubting me, Doug. Right there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you let him down.
I did. Yeah. I said, we'll vote him out of here in 2012. Whoops.
Yeah.
He believes in me now.
I was there on election night with Mike Nelson, and we were watching the count go. And I already know you supported Romney because, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved him.
And well, yeah, we were going for Romney, and we were watching the election results come in, and our face just it just drained. But there were no tears. We had a cigar and a glass of whiskey, going, fine. America's going to swirl down the drain a little bit.
Yeah.
And then and we got over it. There was no grief counseling at work at all my Hollywood studios I was at. No grief counselor for me.
No. Well, we didn't need it. I mean, it was just it just didn't. It wasn't the end of the world. I don't know why these SJWs think it's the end of the world. And just relax. It's gonna be
you
fine.
vote in 4 years. America it's a self-correcting institution. If the people are consulted, and if they don't like the president, you vote another one in, and whatever one you get, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
It's weird because the left does not like the rules until if their guy wins, and they're all about the rules. And the true adult male, the adult, follows the rules even when they don't go his way. Sometimes you lose a football game, and the rules are there.
That's it. Fair play.
That's life.
It's fair play. That is why. I don't know. That's why the adults seem to all be kind of Republicans. I hate to say that, but it's true. Eventually, if you're an adult, you will drift to the right. Drunken Atheist Studio, $2. What kind of Christianity you do? Me? What kind of Christianity do I do? I'm vaguely Christian. Was raised Mormon. Don't really ascribe to Mormonism, but sympathize with it. If I go to church, I'm going to go to a Mormon church, just because it feels like home. Steve Picone, $2. Can I have Supermod, Uncle Ethan? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Super moderator? What's that?
Yeah, like somebody has ultimate power. Like these people are asking for ultimate power over the chat. That worries me. I don't necessarily want to give anyone the ultimate power over their fellow chatters. What do you think? Is that dangerous?
That's dangerous. Don't do it.
It'll corrupt them.
You're a good moderator already. You're fair enough.
Yeah. But there are people in the chat that are regular moderators. You'll see them. They have a little wrench. And they're able to kick people that are causing trouble. That is the power. Like if somebody's in the chat being a real pain and ruining people's good times, and I can't see them because I'm busy talking.
Oh yeah.
They have the power to boot them out of the chat or give them a timeout.
See, I had a guy going off on Nazism on my chat, and I was like, man, I wish I could bump that guy, and I didn't know how. So maybe I need a mod.
Yeah, you can do it. You can just touch their name. I mean, I've done it from time to time. You can touch their name on the screen and their comment, and you can put them in a timeout. You can do whatever you want. But again, it's hard to hold a conversation and then also, boot people for misbehavior. You kind of have to leave that up to the people who are enjoying the chat. You don't want a commenter. There's always a Barney Fife out there who over polices everything. You know what I mean? You can't stop the flow of conversation. Steve Picone comes back $2. He says, that's what I meant. He just wants regular mod powers. Steve Picone, I have bestowed upon you the wrench. You are now a moderator, the same as the other moderator. I think there are two moderators that I've assigned. Congratulations. Don't misuse your power. And that is fine. Blue Satoshi, $2. On the other hand, you can post links with a wrench. That's a good thing as well. Tony Clark, €5. Are you sure SJWs raise children? I thought they'd just lay the eggs and let them go like sea turtle. There's evidence that is the case.
They are anti-children, though. I mean,
they are weird
about abortion, so they're for slaughtering them before they even exist. And then they're also like they hung this shame on women who just want a family, who just want to reproduce and like create life. They're anti-life.
Yeah. Well, they also have a weird thing, like being a parent to them is a fearsome and terrifying thing. And then they kind of flip out like SJWs. Now, listen, I comment on the culture all the time. You see me commenting on this video game. I comment on SJWs wherever they are in pop culture because that's just my wheelhouse. I don't talk about politics in terms of the bigger issues here. It's very small. It's not important, really. I mean, what I talk about. But I pointed out Muppet Babies and the stupid purple penguin character that they created, SJWs created. Personality-less, bland, just there to be a female. And SJW's response to this is, first of all, they over-exaggerate what I've said. They go, you sit there and you whine and scream about a female penguin. I'm not whining or screaming. I'm just saying SJWs create terrible characters. They suck. And then they go, I can't believe he has a kid. I can't believe. Can you imagine? He's the parent of a child. That child is going to grow to resent and hate him because he he bitches and complains about purple penguins.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, weirdos.
These people have no grasp of adulthood and parenting. We used to drag our 4 kids, into the shopping, not the mall, but like grocery shopping in LA. Mm-hmm. And they'd see my wife with like 4 kids, 3 of them in diapers, and they'd look at her and just go, ugh. And here's the other passive aggressive comment. How do you do it at the freak show? Like she just did something wrong. How can you handle it? Like,
how can you not be selfish?
Yeah, those are always SJW. Those are always leftists. You can always tell.
How can you think about?
They're disgusted.
Yeah, people other than yourself all day long.
I know. How can you not spend your life on yourself? Why aren't you a CEO somewhere?
Or no, it's not even that. It's like, don't you want to be 15 years old forever, angry and bitchy and self-concerned? And they get really weird when they get in their 60s. Like these SJWs. I went to an Obama rally one time in Boston. It was fun. I got to see the president, and I was just surrounded by weirdos, by just far leftists. And I'm telling you, many of them were 60 years old, and they're just wearing parkas, and they're screaming and angry, and they have white spittle in the corner of their mouths. No kids. You can tell. I mean, they never raised any children. I'm not saying you have to raise children. I'm not saying you have to. That is a personal choice.
But they're 8 cats and 3 small dogs.
Yeah, you should. If you can, you should. I'll just put it that way. I recommend it. I recommend it because it does kind of grow you up pretty quickly. You don't have to be complete. You look in my office. I'm still a kid. But believe me, I'm very much a grown up. I am the father of 3. When it's time to be an adult, I'm an adult. I'm doing adult things. I'm raising kids. I'm spending time thinking about things other than myself and all of this.
Yeah, kids make you into a better man, a bigger, better man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Channing McDaniel, thanks for $2. SJWs aren't happy unless they're mad. Love y'all. We love you too. That is true. They do love being mad. Fried Dirt, $2. Barney Fife was a good man. He was. Blue Satoshi, $2. SJWs are looking for the anti-life equation confirmed. Yeah. Johnny in Cleveland, $2. Don't want to wrench Ethan, just want pie. I said I've been 9 days without the pie. 9 days. And you guys, you won't.
Don't lie to everybody, pies. Ethan.
Hey, Yellow Flash.
Don't lie now.
No, it's true. Yellow Flash. Rarely do I lie, and I'm not going to lie about my achievements. I have been, 9 days without the pie. 9 days.
But are you sneaking bread?
Sneaking bread? No, I don't sneak bread. I had a sandwich.
Bread is pie in a different form.
Disagree.
I saw you guys talking about Battlefield, so I wanted to jump in.
Oh yeah, jump in. Billy Ritchie, thanks for $1.99. Having kids gives you an excuse for pie. Well, that's true. I don't mind. Here's the thing. I thought being a dad meant that I could get a little tummy on me. No, I still want to be a sexual tyrannosaurus. I don't want to be, Homer Simpson. I know I'm getting old, but I still am virile. It's like you can't have that shit in your body if you're going to be that way. Yellow Flash, let's talk about Battlefield 5. These people are crazy, are they not?
Yeah, they're coming for everything. No hobby is safe. Nothing in culture is safe. They want your jeans now. That's next. Did you see that article?
No.
Jeans are sexist now. So
why?
Because we have bigger pockets. So
but they have purses.
Yeah, I know.
We have to put our wallet. I have to, everywhere I go, I pat like I have to pat my right ass cheek and then my left front pockets. My phone goes in my front left pocket and my wallet is in my back pocket. And I'm like, I do that like simultaneous pat just to make sure I didn't forget one of them. And I need big pockets for that. I don't think that's sexist.
Well, I think the end game there is to get everybody wearing the same shit. So the whole thing with this gendering shit, it's all to just get everybody confused.
Dude, what a great insight. You're exactly right. Snaps, thanks for $4.99. SJWs will cannibalize their own when they don't toe the line. I know, and I love when they do that. I love that. So let me just read this quote again, Yellow Flash. This is from Patrick Soderlund, former chief design officer, meaning he did lose his job over this, which is justice.
He got $20 million to
on his way out.
Yeah,
it's same with James Gunn, Kathleen Kennedy. They're all going to get they're all going to get big parachutes as they get booted out of the trebuchet. I that's fine. I don't care. Just get out of the culture. I don't spite people making money. Even though he lost this company a ton of money, that's their problem. Just get these people out of positions where they're actually making creative decisions that are insulting the customers and ruining pop culture. So here's what he said, quote, and I'm going to say this, I'll speak this in his voice. We felt like in today's world, I have a 13-year-old daughter that when the trailer came out and she saw all the flack, she asked me, Dad, why is this happening? She plays Fortnite and says, I can be a girl in Fortnite. Why are people so upset about this? She looked at me and she couldn't understand it. And I'm like, okay, as a parent, how the hell am I going to respond to this? And I just said, you know what? You're right. This is not okay. By the way, not okay. One of the biggest SJW tells. If somebody says not okay, they're an SJW. What, like 99% of the time?
Yeah, and they also say do not want. Ew, do not want.
Do not want. Do not want. Chelly Roberts, $1.99. Next time you're in Newark, go to Neil's Cafe for pie. Well, I'm trying not to eat pie, But
did you know that nothing says World War II than a woman, a crippled woman, fighting in the front lines? She has no arm. Did you notice that?
Oh, it's no arm. I thought it was a leg.
Mechanical arm.
Mechanical arms in World War II. Huh?
Sir, I can't feel my arm.
Blue Satoshi says his first mistake was letting her play Fortnite for $2. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a great idea for a 13-year-old. I mean, that's a personal decision. But I love the idea of dad dealing with his 13-year-old daughter, who apparently is seeing other people complain about a video game, and she's like, why are they complaining? And this is upsetting her. And then I just want to illustrate this scene. I can hear the music as she's saying, Dad, why is this happening? And Dad, who is a full-grown adult, doesn't know how to explain reality to his own daughter, and he just turns away from her and looks to the window, and music plays.
What did you just say? That women didn't fight on the front lines in World War II?
Well, that's what you would say. He doesn't know how to explain to his daughter that she's a girl and that she's interested in boys' fantasy, power fantasy video games. Most women aren't. Hey, most women aren't like you. Most women aren't interested in it. It's okay that you are. It's okay that you are. But Daddy, actually, his job is to sell to a wide swath of testosterone-laden video gamers who just want to be men, who want to kind of portray these kind of fantasy power males who go in and blow the faces off of the Japanese and the Axis powers.
Yeah, and the Japanese in the Pacific, they would take male soldiers and tie them up and cut their genitals off and put it in their mouths. What kind of person would dream of putting our women in that situation? Like the idea of women being on the front line of that, like the fantasy or the idea that women would do that. That's disgusting. We would never let that happen to women.
But they would go in there and kick their asses because they're women. Don't you understand?
Well, women do kick ass. I'm just saying.
No, they don't.
Don't get the mama bear mad. I mean, you will unleash hell and fury on.
That's
someone.
Entirely different than fighting a squadron of trained German soldiers.
True.
Sorry, there's no woman.
That's not their place. But I'm only saying, if some guy broke into this house and went after the kids, it would unleash the woman of this house in a way that you don't want to wake her up. She will level a gun at your head and she will blow your head off with no mercy.
Well, I think in the future.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm only saying that there's a place for women in battle. It is not on the front lines. I mean, World War II couldn't have been won without the women behind the scenes helping out with the war.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said if they wanted to put women in a Battlefield 5, they should just had a mini game called The Factory, and then they could like assemble shells.
Yeah, Rosie the Riveter.
Oh, that would make sense. That would be fun. But I mean, look, here's the thing. So this guy, he doesn't. So he's going to listen to his daughter. He has a 13-year-old daughter who's extraordinary. In that, and by the way, she doesn't exist. She doesn't exist.
She's a hypothetical daughter.
Yeah. She's not real. This guy does not. This guy did not procreate. I'm sorry, he didn't. It takes testosterone to procreate.
Maybe he adopted her.
Maybe he adopted her. I didn't think of that. In which case he should just be able to. So he's like, this is not okay. This isn't okay. That that our customers want to play as men and don't want to role play as women, ridiculously kicking ass again. This is not okay. So Soderling would later in the interview go on to say that critics of Battlefield V were uneducated and that they didn't like the game. They shouldn't buy it. So this is, again, you're stupid, you're a Nazi, you're sexist, you're bigot. And if you don't like it, don't buy it. And people say to me, how do you tell the difference between a liberal leftist and an SJW? How do you tell the difference? And I'm tired of having to, I grow weary. I grow weary of having to explain the difference all the time. It's complicated, but you know what? Usually they do make themselves known. If they do say to you that you are a bigot, a Nazi, blah, 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 and they also are in a position of commerce of some sort, and they say, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Chances are you're dealing with an SJW. True or false, false. True or false, yellow flash.
I'd say it's pretty good. You could also look for the bike lock in a sock. It's also
oh yeah.
I say false, Ethan. They're all the same. The Venn diagram, if you draw the circle, there's huge overlap between a leftist, because to me they're interchangeable. SJW and liberal. Now, liberal's the tricky word because the only true liberals, the liberal in principle, the old school liberal, are conservatives. So, but when they mean liberal, like when they're all going around proud, going, I'm a liberal, that's where the overlap is on SJWs and leftists. You can smell them out. They're what
that's
they
the
do.
Virtue signaling. I mean, that's what they do.
They virtue signal too.
They're saving the world.
That's more important than making money. So you have to understand the overarching situation here is that this guy feels good because he sent a message out to the world. He virtue signaled to the world that his theoretical 13-year-old daughter's weirdo problems with gender, okay, and just all of that were more important to him than his job at EA producing a product, producing a hamburger or a hot dog for his customer base, which is self-evidently 95% male, right? Correct? True? And here we go. I mean, here are the facts. If you get woke, you go broke. In video games, Battleborn got woke, went broke. Agents of Mayhem got woke, went broke. Lawbreakers got woke, went broke. And by the way, took the development studio with it. Sunset got woke, went broke. Mass Effect Andromeda got woke, went broke. Dishonored 2 got woke, went broke. And Battlefield V now. Battlefield VJJ got woke, and well, it hasn't come out yet, but pre-orders and current trends indicate that it will be joining the other games since the numbers don't lie. And so far, there's one thing that's been apparent during this virtue signaling trend by these SJW slimy hipsters, cultural Marxists, and SJWs. Again, get woke, go broke every single time. Every single time. I don't know when they're going to learn, but I don't know if they intend to learn. I think here's the thing that just flummoxes me. Is this all intentional? Do they know they're destroying everything? Are they destroying their companies and fandom?
Yeah.
Or are they just waiting for things to go their way?
It's all intentional. The long game anyway is. I don't know if they knowingly know what they're doing, but it's definitely an intentional thing. It's a social engineering thing in a lot of ways. It's like 1984, man. I feel like that's a prophecy at this point.
Well, I mean, but here's what I want to know though. I really do want to know this, and I'm not sure about it. Like, Is it going to get so bad? Will the tail spin? Will they try to pull back on the steering wheel? Not a wheel. What do pilots? What's the steering wheel for an airplane called?
Throttle?
Is it a throttle?
I don't
the
know.
throttle is speed. I'm not sure what it's called. But anyway, will they pull back on that U-shaped steering wheel and pull up away from the mountain just before they hit it? Is that possible? Or are they going to just hit the mountain? The yoke. Thank you. Everyone's saying the yoke. Pull back on the yoke. Is it possible that they don't really care and they are going to hit the mountain full speed with their virtue signaling SJW bullshit? Or are they going to finally realize this is not working and just stop? Or even better, when will companies realize that hiring these people inevitably leads to the same thing, Yellow Flash? When?
And when they all go out of business. I don't think you can get rid of them without a big change. I mean, they're so ingrained into entertainment. I mean, they infest Hollywood.
Yeah, they always go for positions of media because they want to take over the narrative. It's a small percentage, and they are attracted to power.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're looking for power in order to just continue this whole charade, this whole dance over and over again. It's crazy. Let's see. Lycan645, thanks for $4.99. The Battlefield series is usually realistic, not something right from the steampunk genre. That's another complaint about this. Billy Ritchie says having kids, it gives you an excuse for pie. G-Snaps, SGWs will cannibalize their own when they don't toe the line. Let's see. Jesus Day Sabalas Jr. to $5. What goes in your right front pocket? I never use my back pockets. My keys will. Wallet front right, keys front left, cell phone on hip, clip with the shirt over. That's another way to go. I do use my back pocket for the wallet though.
But there's a back pocket fear from a fear of pickpockets. That's what drives me to put my credit cards and stuff in my front pocket.
I get that, but I don't think we live in Dickensian times. I just don't think, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not worried about some Oliver Twist kind of bullshit. I'm just not worried about it. I feel like you would have to be so skilled to be able to successfully pick the wallet out of the back of my pants that skill has earned you the right to have my wallet. You know what I mean?
Your pants are pretty tight.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not.
Are you running around in skinny jeans?
No, I don't wear skinny jeans. They're making fun of how fat I am. No, I wear 36 and they're loose. I mean, they're pretty loose, you know, for the most part. I wear straight 36, not slim 36. Slim 36, and I'm gonna look like I'm in Fall Out Boy. I don't do that. I keep my jeans kind of loose.
If I wear normal jeans and don't get skinny jeans, I just look like I'm wearing a raincoat down there. It's hanging like a skirt. So I get skinny jeans, and they look like normal jeans on other people.
Yeah,
I get those normal jeans, and I've got like this giant, just a sack hanging off my butt and crotch. It just looks like a big bag.
You know, I can't get my pockets up over my ass. Andrea is saying this to me a lot lately. She's like, it looks like you have no butt. Like your pockets sag down, like right to your. And I'm like, you know, back in the old days in the 80s with Vidal Sassoon jeans, you know what I mean? Like those, they make the whole advertisement that you saw, people pulling up their jeans and their pockets resting perfectly on each ass cheek. They don't make jeans like that anymore. I can't get my pockets up on my rear end. They're always sagging down below my ass.
Yeah, it's like a big hanging bag. That's why you need tight jeans. You need to get some skinny jeans. They're stretchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting very close to becoming a woman now. And as I talk of this, I can feel it already.
But they're making fun of me.
I don't like the skinny jeans. They're too tight in the crotch, man. They're just a good belt, I think, fixes all your problems.
A good belt. Well, I'll try belts. You know, I don't really wear belts very often.
Suspenders, Ethan. You got to get some Wilford Brimleys going.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just moving on. Like I really like how I look in a nice jacket. I'm getting out of the whole, like, when you're working at your desk, everything is comfort and you dress perpetually like you're 21 years old. I'm just gonna stop that. I'm gonna start wearing nicer clothes, just Brooks Brothers every single day, every day. It's about time for that. I might wear a t-shirt underneath the jacket. I might be hip like that, like Hollywood hipster, not James Gunn, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You wear the little,
The sport
the
coat.
sport coat and then Cyberfrog t-shirt. You know what I mean? I might do it. I might do it.
I got a bunch of clothes tailored because I go, it's time to dress like an adult. This is when I turned 50 2 years ago. It's time to dress like an adult. I got all these tailored button-down shirts, and I go, no more t-shirts, no more looking like you're in college in a frat.
Yeah,
you just woke up. And when I walk around the house, those button-down shirts are so uncomfortable, even when they're tailored to fit me. I just find myself back in a t-shirt. This is my shame, guys. Do as I say, not as I do.
Well, here's the problem with wearing a button-down shirt. First of all, you have to get them. They have to fit properly when you stand up and sit down. Now, when you are built like me, you stand up and you look okay, but then you sit down and you become a Hershey Kiss. My stomach will flap out, like it sticks out, and then my buttons will open up. Now, I look great when I'm standing up. Yeah, but I mean,
Hershey Kiss is the male muffin top. It's the
exactly. Like you sit down and then your gut kind of goes like outwards, and it's just like
a little flag label sprouts out of the top of your head.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing, and you can feel your stomach poking out from the buttons that are straining, and it's just like, this shirt fit me when I was standing. Now, in order to get a button-up shirt that looks like correct, both sitting and standing, you're wearing a tent. Like when you stand, you can do this. You can flap your shirt out like that. I can't stand it. I truly can't stand it. Now, wearing a t-shirt, you're good either way. You're good either way.
Yeah. So they need to make button-down shirts out of
polo shirt.
T-shirt material.
Polo shirts work. I'm starting to dress like
the best of both worlds, I think. Polo shirt. You get the nice like collared look, and you get the feel of a t-shirt. They're a little heavier than a t-shirt, but I mean, they still look really nice.
Yeah, I think they look good too. I'm starting to wear that kind of stuff. Like I see these golf shirts that really breathe, and they're kind of that shiny fabric. You know what I mean? And they're still collared. You can get good ones. I mean, Brooks Brothers Brooks Brothers is right over on the promenade across the street from where I live. They're awesome. Love Brooks Brothers clothes. Really, I mean, it's straight out of Mad Men. You go in there, you want to dress like Don Draper, they've got all the stuff there. Love it. That might be my look. That might be the adult EVS look from here on out. Let's see. My girlfriend wears men's pants. This is Marsupial Gamer for the pockets, but damn, she's still incredibly sexy in them. It's like the pink tax. Nobody forces people to buy things. These women who are saying it's more expensive to be a woman than a man. Maybe that's true. Larry Bernard. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think you're doing super chats, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm reading some of these super chats. Larry Bernard, $5. Why I'm not a parent? Isn't it your job as a parent to teach your child reality or history, or why history is important to people? Yeah, it's important to not be flummoxed by social engineering questions that your child might ask you. It's important not to just go, I don't know, honey. It's important to be smarter than your 13-year-old. You know what I mean? That's your job as a parent.
To stay a step ahead of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
My 13-year-old old man, Ethan, when your daughter grows up, it happens. It is
what?
Like you raise a boy, and boys are like cavemen. They're like orangutans, right? And then the girl is kind of in the corner quietly drawing or sketching or playing with her toys, and they become teens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hear when they become teenagers, they're terrible.
Dude, I don't want to disrespect my kids, but my 13-year-old daughter. Wow. I'll just say wow.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, Andrea's daughter, when I met her, she was 6. She was just about to turn 7. So I had her when she was just this little kid. Now she's 11. And boy, the changes. I mean, already she's like on her phone and like we'll look at the phone and you say, hey, Kaylee, what's up? And then she'll kind of look at you and go, she'll have that look on her face that like, she's like, she's like, I don't have time for you. And that's I'm just like, oh my God, it's so, first of all, it's so fun to watch this happen. It's so fun. Like if you have a sense of humor to watch your little kid become a teenager and you just go, I don't feel like I'm that far from that. I remember being a teenager. I remember vividly how you feel, how you look at adults, how you think they're dumb and you're busy and with whatever it is that you're doing. So to me, it just cracks me up. I see her face like grimace, and do that kind of thing. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's awesome. 11, 13 is right around the corner. And
it's explosive. It's explosive emotions. So, our girls are the bring beauty into the world. But man, when they rage or when they're angry or they'll come to me and just cry, they're just deeply crying and my heart's broken and there's no fixing that. There's no fixing it. Yeah, it's crazy. And the boys mellow out. When the boys get older, they're just like, cool, okay. They're cool. But then the girls, they go into a rage. They're a ball of emotion, man. It's amazing. It's terrifying sometimes.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. Hunter was like very much just kind of like in his room, hanging out with his boys. And playing video games all the time and talking about cars in ways that I didn't understand. Like Hunter's interests, he's 19 years old now, were so different from my own that he would sit there and talk endlessly about cars and fixing cars and the kind of cars that he wants to buy. And I would just look at him like, you want to talk about comic books or no? Movies? No. Okay. So that was, that's him. But he needs me more than I think. Like he calls me every day. He calls me every single day.
That is so respectful. That's so kind.
Yeah, and I'm able to just say, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? And I talked to him last night, and I said, I need you home before Thanksgiving. It's like if we can get, some
and
weekend.
The cat's in the cradle and the silver.
Yeah, that song makes me cry. You want
to talk about, that is the song that makes all dads cry.
Full on mundane Matt when I hear that song.
Well, he didn't even care about his kid. He went and saw Star Wars when his daughter was born.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's like, oh, the kid's home. All right, I'm gonna go see Last Jedi.
That's so weird. Like if you want to cry on video, and by the way, I don't ever want to cry on video. I've teared up on video once, and that was
a weird cry too.
Awful.
He's like, ugh.
Just fanning his face for a minute.
The cat's in the cradle. Cat Stevens. Next time Mike Miller's on, we'll just play it and just.
Will he cry over that? He might.
Oh yeah, he's on the brink of tears.
Yeah, the idea of losing your kid, of your kid not having time for you, of time going on, of feeling like, here's the thing, I missed Hunter's 5th birthday because I was at a comic convention. And so that song breaks me up. Like, and I remember it breaking me up at the time, being like struggling to pay the bills. And Hunter's 5 years old, 2004, right before Green Lantern Rebirth, when money started really coming in, just trying so hard to pay the bills. And I remember just being like, okay, I got to go away. I'll go to a convention. I'll make enough money to pay the bills this month. If I just go away, it's Hunter's birthday. I know.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean? I know, but I have to go. Otherwise,
I got to slay the dragon. I got to go slay the dragon.
Oh God, that makes me cry. And then just saying happy. Oh, I'm gonna cry right now.
Yeah, that's every dad. That's every dad's plight. Is you feel like you never spend enough time with your family, and it's a conundrum because you're out. You have to go make a living to pay for these people, and then they'll resent you for neglecting them.
And you love them so much.
You're in comics, you're a workaholic.
Right. Oh God. Oh. And I say this all the time. I'm like, if I could have my way, I wouldn't work at all. Do you understand? I would be with you. My whole goal, my whole aspiration is to spend time, with my kids, with my family, with Andrea. That's all I want to do. But it's like, I have to pay the bills. That's part of being a man. And they end up, the whole time, if you're a decent human being, the whole time that you're working to pay the bills, you're thinking about them. That's all you think about. That another Elvis's, you were always on my mind. Oh, another song that just gets me right in the heart.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing is totally relatable. It's all about being a man. If you want to understand what being a man is all about, those two songs, Cats in the Cradle, Always on My Mind by Elvis Presley.
No Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind?
Willie Nelson did okay, but Elvis, it meant something when Elvis sang it because he was singing it to Priscilla, who he felt like he was neglecting. Yeah, because he was working all the time, and it's just like, you know, you have to understand. It's like, I wish daddy wishes he could be there, but daddy is out trying to pay the bills. And to call up your son from Cleveland and be like, happy 5th birthday. You know,
I'm bad dad. Bad dad.
There's nothing. And so, you know, that's the thing. When you see Mundane Matt crying over a play button, a silver play button, a completely arbitrary, you know, award, you know, it's, and then being like, I don't know if I could love my daughter. You're just like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what?
It's obvious he had no male role models growing up. I mean, how do you watch a video of you crying in the first place and say, this is okay? I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna post this to 100,000 people.
I'm gonna bleed all over my people.
Yeah. Nurkic just points out that Elvis was cheating on Priscilla the whole time.
That's right.
That's true. You were always on my mind while I was banging other women, but you know,
and cheating on Priscilla Presley. Yeah. Goodness, she was just gorgeous.
Well, he met her when, like somebody else points out, he met her when she was like 13, and I mean you know. He wasn't 30 when he met her. He was like 20 something, but he was old enough to know better. Rumor is, and people protect that whole legacy of Elvis and say that he didn't sleep with her. Like Elvis did not sleep with Priscilla until like he kind of groomed her. He said, no, I'm going to hold you in this incubator and just let you grow up.
Wait till you're 14,
huh? Get your parents' permission and wait until you're 14. But yeah, I don't know if that's true at all. You know, I see Elvis and I go, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But the idea of grooming the perfect, like meeting a child and being like, I'm going to raise you to be my wife, the perfect woman, train you when you're young. It's pretty creepy. There were some spooky things about Elvis. No doubt about it. Still a fan, but
yeah. Ethan, I got to jump. I got to go have breakfast with the lovely Miss Tenaple.
Good. I love it. That's fantastic. That's
I'm going to take a shower, clean up. I might even wear a suit coat given our discussion.
I think you should. I think maybe I will too. Let me burn through these super chats real quick, and then we'll end this.
Thanks, my friend. Hey, Bigfoot Bill.
Bigfoot Bill. The link is in the description, guys. Back Bigfoot Bill.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Thanks, my friend.
Moving.
You launched.
See you, Yellow Flash. God bless you, sir.
Hey, Doug. I would have you on, man, but I can't stream till like November. I got a strike.
Can I put you on? Can I get you on my show?
Yeah, sure. Hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right. See you, my friends.
See you.
Bye, Doug. Yellow Flash, you being on the Medicare video.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you. That was badass.
I cussed him out for like 10 minutes. Actually, that's a whole segment.
What happened?
Because he was on there defending James Gunn, and this is the third time that he's like went at it for pedophiles. Like he's one of those guys that has that clear distinction. Like, oh, there's two different terms if she's over 13. And it's like, what the fuck does it matter?
I can't stand that. I've had that argument with a few guys and I'm like, you're a pedophile. I mean, honestly, well, yeah, but it's a different word for people that are interested in children over the age of 13. Oh, what a disgusting, slimy conversation to be having with anybody. And I did hear him say that, and I was just like, gross.
Yeah, it was that, and then he defended. So, like, there's like 2 times he's like went to bat. I guess James Gunn would be the third, but the one time he did, which is like undefendable, was this adult woman like has sex with a 14-year-old boy and gets pregnant, and he like defends the woman, never even says, what about the child? During the entire video. The entire video is him defending the woman's actions and why she shouldn't go to jail.
She just needed someone to hold.
Yeah, that's what he says. That's what he said. That was
get a teddy bear.
Somebody.
What is wrong with these people? I swear to God, that weirds me out when you're defending a pedophile. I don't usually connect dots. I don't usually connect dots. But if I were to connect dots, I would connect some dots. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't think that that's far fetched. I mean, I would worry about his kid in general because he's just obviously not a very good parent. He has no drive or motivation, and running out on his kid and all that shit. He just there's definitely some concerns.
I have concerns. Let's see. Uncle Ethan used this for pie, says Larry Bernard, $2. Thank you, I will. Teresa the Kid, thanks for a $1 donation. Tony Clark, €5. Sacha Baron Cohen's woke character from Who is America is a great example of a Hillary SJW feminist child-rearing society. I haven't seen that, Who is America. I would like to see that. Colonel Flom, thank you for $4.99. Forget the SJW's kid. Imagine showing your great-grandpa, who actually lost his arm in World War II, how history he took part in is being wrongly portrayed. Yeah, they wouldn't care, but I mean, it's just like, hey, it doesn't really matter. None of that matters to me. I don't mind things like Inglorious Bastards. That's fun. But here's the thing: men don't want to role play as women. They just don't. And the sooner video game designers realize this and just accept it, the sooner pop culture in general realizes that men really don't want to pretend to be or fantasize about being women, no matter how powerful those women are.
Well, sometimes, like the Mass Effect games, you can pick your gender, and you can make choices. And I always like to make a sexy chick and just make her a slut. But I could put her in third person, and I could look at her ass through the whole game. So it was like
Yellow Flash. How dare you? Yeah, I don't play enough video games to get into that. I mean, honestly, I don't. I play Dead Rising. Dead Rising is my game. It's third person. The guy does you. By the way, in Dead Rising, if you so choose, you're a big burly guy, you can put on a dress. Have you ever played that game?
Oh yeah, I love it. I got the fourth one in the Humble Bumble.
Oh yeah.
Did you play the fourth one? It's good.
I haven't played the fourth one or the third. Well, I watched the third one. My son has it. He plays it. It was on the Xbox One. I'm like, this is too complicated for me. Like, see, I am a boomer. I understand that. I'm a boomer. I'm stuck. I'm stuck where I'm stuck. I don't know how to do anything beyond that. I haven't Xbox One. I have a PlayStation 4 upstairs. I don't even know how to turn them on. Yellow Flash. What do you think of that?
You gotta go PC.
PC, really?
Yeah, I got a good rig this year. I've been learning. See, I don't know how to build computers. I've just been learning how to do things for a little while. It takes time, man, but you can do it. I mean, you're a self-employed man now. You can find some time.
Yeah, I could have somebody come over and show me how. I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to figure it out myself. I can't. My brain, I'm thinking about other things. I can't. I don't have any room left in my brain. I have no more RAM.
See, if you got a nice computer, they're all backwards. I mean, I downloaded all these old Star Wars games real cheap. You could probably do really well if you went over to Twitch and played Star Wars games. And there's so many you could play.
Yeah. Well, come over and show me how, Yellow Flash. Come on over. We'll make you a steak. Have some beers. Set up my internet situation. No, set up my chat situation so that I can be like Jeremy from The Quartering. I want to show my face, my beautiful face, and then what I'm looking at. And I guess I need to buy a new computer in order to do that.
You just need like 2 monitors, and then you can see the chat on the second monitor. It makes it easy.
Is that what? Well, I have 5 screens in front. No, 6. I have 6 screens. I got my PC on right now. I've got 4 iPads and an iPhone, and they're all set up in front of me like the Batcave.
I saw the setup once. You had like all these iPhones on like a stand and shit.
I need them all. So it's very important. Like I've got things going on each one. I'm monitoring Comic Artist Pro Secrets. By the way, we just cleared 74,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. 74,006. That's big news. I really appreciate that. We're gonna have to do a giveaway. I'm gonna have to give away some comics to you guys for that. 74,000. You're gonna be there soon, pal. I'm watching you. You're blowing up. How did Medicare's video do for you? Did you get a little bump?
Yeah, that whole Mundane Matt thing got me like at least 1,000 subs.
That's huge. You were hilarious. You're like, is this the fat fucking himself? I was like, damn, kid. Damn. I didn't do that. When Mundane Matt came on with me, I wasn't making fun of him. I was angry with him. I had a different attitude. I was pissed at him. I'm like, what are you doing picking a fight with me? You've got 160,000 subscribers. What are you doing watching my videos and getting mad at me over Star Wars for, you putz? Like, I look at you and you just look like a putz. What are you doing picking a fight with Fandom Menace for? And what are you doing? And I've seen your social blade. I know things are grim for you. I know things are dropping off. So is that what you're doing? You're trying to get a little attention here?
Yeah, a little bit of drama. It works. There's a guy in comics that's trying to pick fights with all of us, and it doesn't work. And that's what he's doing. He doesn't get any views. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want people to go to his channel.
Yeah, I honestly, everything is about the algorithm. I've come to understand that. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And the algorithm is all about, you want to stay in the glory of the algorithm if you can somehow. I put out videos that I think are going to do well, and they don't do so well. And then I put out videos, I just go, this, and I put it out there, it gets 100,000 views. And I don't know why. I have no idea why it happens. But it's not within my control. The goal is to just put out entertaining content every single day. Entertaining content, not too much of it. Don't flood the market. The goal is to stay in touch with my subscribers by doing live streams as frequently as possible. I think that works. Plus, I enjoy it. I like this talk radio thing, Yellow Flash.
Yeah, I've lost that ability till November.
So what happened? Why did you lose the ability? What did you do wrong?
We were doing we like to do those Mystery Science Theater streams, and I just picked the wrong movie, man, and they struck me down.
What'd you do? What movie?
It was a King Kong versus Godzilla. We were only 10 minutes into it, and they were like, nope. And then they sent me an email saying, you can't stream till November. This is a community strike.
Yeah, Godzilla. Anything Godzilla is going to get you in trouble. I mean, Mystery Science Theater tried to release a Godzilla movie that they had done. They tried to release it on disc. They actually had to pull the DVD. If you have the collector set that has that movie, Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, they put it out there. They had to pull it out. They had to re-release it with a different movie on it. And if you have that movie on DVD now, it's a collector's item. But Godzilla movies will screw with you every single time, man. That's amazing. What made you choose that movie? You just thought it was garbage or what?
Easy fun, I don't know.
How'd you do with Plan 9?
Plan 9 was great. I put that up. I started a backup channel, but man, it's hard to get people to move over.
Yeah. Plan 9, I think, would be a safe movie to do. I'd like to have Ega with Arch Hall Jr. and actually get Arch Hall Jr. to be on the show with me. He's a friend of mine. He lives in Florida. He's a former pilot. And, Arch Hall Jr. is something else. His dad was a filmmaker. Like he just had his own ambition. He saw his son. If you've ever seen Arch Hall,
are you breaking up?
Jr.,
I don't know if that's you breaking up or me.
He was strange.
Uh-oh. Hello? Did we lose Ethan? Uh-oh. Go there to fix his internet.
Big poof of weird hair. He had orange skin. He had a little pug nose. He was strange. And he was a songwriter. He wanted to be kind of Are we breaking up? Well, I don't know. I can't. To me, I sound okay. You sound okay. Are we all right, guys? FFF.
Yeah, you're robot Ethan right now.
Gosh. What?
Robot Ethan.
Let me know when we're back. Come when we're back.
Okay, there we go. We got you.
Are we back?
We got you.
Okay. Let me know when we're back. Let me know when we're back. Let me know when we're back over and over again until we're back. Okay, are we good now? Everybody in the chat, let's catch up and just make sure that we're all together. Let's hold hands and make sure that we'll use the buddy system to make sure we get through that kind of Wi-Fi fluke there. No, they hear Flash. They don't hear me. Flash, do you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
Okay. Wow, they're going nuts in the chat. I don't think we're caught up yet. No, we're not caught up. Anyway, so EGOT by Archibald Jr. So his dad was a movie producer. Warner Brothers wanted to give him a contract, and he said no because I believe in my son. I believe my son is going to be the next Ricky Nelson. You know, so I'm going to take all of our family fortune and I'm going to sink it into a bunch of movies starring my son. You know, these kind of like horror movies. You know, he ended up making some of the worst movies ever made. Wild Guitar, EGOT, The Choppers, terrible movies. But he was on like you know, he would sit there and put on these big kind of shows on the drive-in movie theaters. This is like the early 1960s. So Archibald Jr. would have to go out there with his band and play in front of the cars that are saying, hey, now we're going to put on Archibald Jr.'s EGOT on the big screen. Such a cool time period. Such a cool time period. So I would like to have the real Archibald Jr. come onto our show and we'll watch EGOT, which I believe is public domain, and we'll talk him through it, or he'll talk us through it. What do you think of that idea?
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, EGOT's terrible. All right, so people want to know what Medicare video we're talking about. We were talking about before.
You have to go to the Killstream archives and fuck, I don't even know. Ask Zidane if you at Zidane on Twitter. He's the co-host on the show. He would probably be able to find it for you. He's usually pretty. He replies pretty often, I think. So.
Oh, hey, Cecil's here. Hey, Cecil, how you doing?
Hello. Good morning, Yellow Flash, and good morning, Ethan.
Oh, it's great to have you here. Good morning.
Hey, yeah. Cecil, you said you were going to do a comic comparison yesterday, and I was looking forward to it, and you fucking never put it up.
I'm putting it up today.
Your Freddy Shreddy is probably dead.
It's right here next to me. It's fine. It was a. I asked. I know Zack is a big New Warriors fan, so I asked him in DM what's his favorite issue, and then I had it go up against that Alpha Rising of Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel. I'm not going to say who won, but Zack's going to be upset. Yeah. And now yeah.
Oh, people were asking what the newest Medicare video, but I thought they were asking
about the kill stream.
Yeah, the actual stream where I cussed Matt out for like 10 minutes.
Medicare has a video called The Ballad of Mundane Matt. And right now, if you look up Mundane Matt, all one word, you will find Medicare's video almost, I think it'll be first. And it's 51 minutes of delight. I mean, it really is wonderful. Breaks down the Mundane Matt situation. It's a pretty good kind of distillation of who he is and what he did. And we're on it. I'm on it too, which is great. I listened to the whole stream and the other day and really enjoyed it because Medicare knows who I am. Medicare was just like talking to Matt, and he just said, he said, I heard the stream. I heard the High Council stream that you went on. And Ethan basically told you to fuck off or accept the consequences or something like that. I can't remember what the exact words were. I was like, damn, he said Ethan.
Yeah, it was great.
Medicare's like Elvis, man. I
actually had it clipped, but I've made too many Mundane Matt videos, so I can't make any more. So I have been watching them nonstop. It's like a train wreck, man. I cannot stop watching the Mundane Matt situation.
I want more. I want more Mundane Matt stuff, but I think he's doing the right thing. Like, if I had to advise him career-wise, I would just say, okay, no appearances anywhere. Just continue to do what you're doing, which is to steadily release your bland, stupid videos. I would say to him, don't interject yourself. Don't use any of these videos as a way to speak about your own situation, which is a big thing that he did when the pilot, stole the plane and then commit suicide or crash, whatever it was. Like, Mundane Matt used that video, that news story.
He's done that twice. He did it with some nurse that hung herself. Trying to talk about how, you never see it coming. Trying to make himself, like, people say, oh,
maybe we should leave him alone then.
Well, we are leaving him alone, but I mean, it's just like that is a disturbing thing. And in which case, if that's how you're feeling, like, seriously, go get help and stop making videos.
He's not going to do that. Men don't do if he's acting like a woman. Like, women don't commit suicide. They do that shit, and then they get some therapy. Men just go put the gun in their mouth and they don't tell nobody.
Yeah, you're not looking to be talked out of it.
Yeah, they just do it. They get it done.
He's doing he was doing a little theatrics here. That's what he's doing. I really wish this is like one of those situations we're watching unfold where if there was a documentary film crew with him and I think it would be fucking fascinating. Like they had that one with Anthony Weiner when he was having his complete meltdown, and there just happened to be a film crew because they thought he was going to become mayor. So they thought it was going to be a celebrating documentary about him becoming mayor of New York, but it was just there to witness his whole downfall. I think a documentary about what's happening with this guy would be fucking fascinating.
I find them interesting.
There's a good documentary style video called The Jarbo Effect. Really good. It's like 30 minutes, and this guy, it's like his first big video, man. It's really well done. Look up The Jarbo Effect. It's great.
I'm gonna check it out.
Chris Abrams, $1.99. Can we get Fabio for the Dying Battlefield? I can't play Fabio anymore. It strikes the video out. They suddenly realized Fabio has rights, and I was like, God damn it. Billy Ritchie, $1.99. This SJW takeover is nothing but a kamikaze attack. Chris W, $4.99. The SJW insanity is so ingrained in people, and it's been that way for 2 generations. I don't know what can right the ship. Cyborgmus 3, thanks for 10 pounds. The solution to purging SJW from entertainment media is just that, a purge. Everything in the kitchen sink needs to go. Burn it all. Hollywood, comics, TV, video games. Burn it. Well, you know. Joe Marone, $2. Where do you put your Polly Pocket? Fried Dirt, $2. Do you wear your fanny pack pointed forward or aft? I don't wear a fanny pack at all. David Todorov, thanks for $2. I feel your pain, Uncle E, about my shirt. Jesus A. Sabalas Jr., $2. Sports jacket and T-shirt. Look works for Frank Miller. Chris Abrams, $1.99. I broken down in hospital the day my son was born. Yeah, you're going to cry when you have a baby. Fried Dirt, $2. Willie was singing to his weed. When he's singing, You're Always on My Mind. Michael Mathis, $5. Is this the kind of family dynamic Rainbow Brute is going to have with Shiro? Possibly. Rainbow Brute and Shiro Pocket, he doesn't really want a son. You know, he didn't really want one. But when you actually are around your son, I think it changes you. Look at Zack, you know. Remember when Zack had Zaxxon with him all the time for like a couple months?
Yeah, he's toned down a little bit from that.
Yeah, it really changes you. I mean, you know, when you're on your own and you're out there hounding women and stuff, it's like that makes you a certain type of man. When you're on your own and not hounding women, that makes you a certain type of man. That makes you mundane Matt. But when you're when you're with your son, when you've got a boy, a junior version of yourself around, it's good for you, man. It's good for men. It's just good for you. Being a dad is good for you. You know, it just is. I recommend it, Cecil. I mean.
Okay.
Maybe not to you. To Yellow Flash though. Yellow Flash, do you have kids yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll get started today.
He's at his grandma's camping, so I can pump out videos. But that's weird. I don't like to record videos when he's around.
Why?
Because you curse so much.
Yeah, I can't go all out to tone it down.
I'm preferring live streams. They kind of amount to the same. I make the same amount of money whether I, do a recorded video or a live stream. So that's not an issue. I just really like the idea of being a talk radio host. And I can't say that enough. Like, this is awesome. I like it. Hey, good morning. It's Comic Artist Pro Secret. I love that rather than here's my video. Here's my thesis. And I talk about a bunch of different news stories. Do other people do this? I mean, do other people use YouTube for talk radio?
I know Jeff does a little. He's been doing morning shows too.
I mean, that's kind of like what Kumite and Killstream are. I mean, they're almost like, they're almost like radio shows. Kumite's back, man. They're doing good now.
Oh, I was on the Kumite a couple days ago.
Yeah, I was watching.
It was pretty fun. You should have popped in. I would do it again. I'm doing a bunch of shows now. I'm going on Daily Wire with what's it? Oh shit, I can't remember his name now. Does that ever happen to you? Not
John Oliver.
No, Andrew Clavin. I'd never go on with John Oliver. I'm not going on some leftist. What the point? Zach going on with what's his face? Like, what is the point of that?
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna turn myself.
Gonna be a setup.
Yeah, it's like here. Let me be a villain.
Stupid haircut didn't help him either.
It was like they're setting up the guy to be an alt-right Nazi, and then they turn the fucking light on, and it was like
I'm about to go on national TV. He'll be hit up Supercuts real quick.
Oh my god, dude! He learned a lesson there. No, I'm just going on sympathetic places. I'll go on, Andrew Clavin. I'm not out to change the world. I'm just out to sell comics. And so it's like, why go someplace where they're going to be hostile to you? It doesn't really make any sense. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Days of Clarity, $2. Left v right, false dichotomy, tribalist zealotry. I know people say that, but I just don't believe that. Custom Songmaker, $2. So Medicare was defending Elvis. Gross. I don't know if he was. No. Gideon's Mob, $10. You rock as always, Ethan. Check out my prog rock band Gideon's Mob on YouTube or SoundCloud. Check out Gideon's Mob, everyone. Crimson, £5. A minor is a minor. A minor is a minor. They're still a pervert. Yeah. So, yeah. What is this like? Well, it's not called pedophilia. When you're after a 14-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is to me. I don't get into that. What's distinguished? I think it's
the only time.
If you're a grown person, you find teenagers attractive, you're fucking pedophile. I mean, they don't look grown; they look like fucking kids.
The only time I have sympathy for shit like that is when it's like some 19-year-old kid gets arrested for dating his 16-year-old girlfriend, which has happened. I mean, because it's like he's an adult. That's the only time that kind of bends the rules. Other than that, any fucking grown man looking at a 14-year-old is a fucking weirdo, and that's coming from me.
I remember when I was 18 years old. There was a 14-year-old girl who was after me, and like she wanted me to deflower her. I told Andrea about this the other day, and I couldn't do it. She was pretty enough. She was fine. But I was like, I'm 18 years old. You're 14. You're a child. You know what I mean? I was like, buzz off, kiddo. You know what I mean? I remember even saying that to her, buzz off, kiddo. But I mean, it's like, now imagine being 40. You know what I mean? And 18 and 14 isn't that, but it's 4 years are really huge. I mean, they're massive. Imagine being 40 years old and looking at, I don't care what you call it whatever you want. You belong in jail. Like,
yeah, I agree.
If you're disgusting,
get your ass in jail.
Yeah.
And you need to be castrated, chemical castration. I'm all for that. Anytime you catch these people, if you find out they should be chemically castrated. That'll kill the sexual desire.
Blue Satoshi, $2. Why do I get the feeling you're a cross-dresser? Who, me? I'm not a cross-dresser at all. Jonathan Stoffel, thanks for $1.99. EVS role plays as chubby content creator Frank West. Frank West from Dead Rising. Love that. Matt Horkin, $2. Still waiting for that Best Buy stream, Uncle E. Yeah, I was going to go stream and go buy a new laptop, but I freaked out about it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to. Well, I guess if I take you guys with me, you're not going to lead me astray. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll go buy that new laptop and then figure out. I'll get Yellow Flash to help me learn how to game on a laptop. Crimson, £5. Play Star Wars: The Old Republic online for your first game on PC.
That's a great game. Yeah. Knights of the Old Republic, and it's only like $5 at Steam. Definitely.
Michael Rodriguez, $5. I'd love to see you and/or Geeks and Gamers play through the Star Wars Dark Forces games.
Those are good too.
All right.
All the old Star Wars games are really good. There's oh man, I forget the name of it. It's like Jedi Academy. Those are really good. Like Kyle Katarn.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Forces games, they're pretty fun, but they're like so they have like they were trying to do those things where they had actors and they kind of used like, you ever play, what's that game, Virtua Cop, or that game where you use the gun and like people pop out at you and you shoot at them?
Oh, that's actually, you mean like when you're getting your gun license? You ever do that? They make you do a thing where when you get your concealed carry permit, they have kind of a virtual reality game you go through.
Yeah, Lethal Enforcers is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Lethal Enforcers. It's like Lethal Enforcers.
Yeah, they just pop out and you shoot at them. It's fun. It'd be a cheesy, fun time. But the Shadows of the Empire, Shadows of the Empire would be a good game to play through, and but Knights of the Old Republic is the best. It's a slow role playing game, but you could like make decisions and stuff, like either be a Jedi or a Sith, and it's good.
Lethal Enforcer. I'm gonna get that arcade from my basement. We were having a We were having a discussion about which arcade to get. I want to get one arcade for my Cyberfrog money.
Should get the Star Wars arcade.
No, I don't think so. I think it's well, which one? The original? I mean,
the original. Yeah, that was good.
You can buy arcade, like stand-up arcade units that have like 50 games loaded in them.
Yeah, but I want the vintage. I don't want some like newbie thing. I want something that used to be, that people were playing back when ET was in the theaters. I want, I want something like that, an object down in my basement, a classic thing.
What, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? That's
I think I want Lethal Enforcers. I'd get you over here, Lethal Enforcers. I'd get the red gun, you got the blue gun. We just be shooting bitches. That'd be cool. I'd never get tired of that. It's like it's a 44 Magnum. You pick up a 44 Magnum and you blow a hole through criminals. That was a great game.
Somebody said the 4-player X-Men video game.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was great.
So yeah, I remember
that and the Ninja Turtles one. Remember that one?
Wasn't there one where it was?
Theater.
There was one where it was like a Dungeons and Dragons, but it was 4-player. And
Golden Axe.
Yeah, Gold. I loved Golden Axe.
No, they just came out with a. If you got an Xbox, it's only like $15. It's like Sega classic arcade games or whatever, and you can play them online. They have all the Golden Axes on there. The Streets for Rage. It's great.
Joust was a good game. People are mentioning Joust. That was a fun game.
Joust was cool.
But I mean, I played Joust until I'm done with Joust. But it is a fun game. You just kind of, I dig that. Golden Axe is good too.
People are calling us boomers in the chat.
No, for real. I'm learning the term boomers. At first, I'm like, dude, I'm not a baby boomer. Like, I'd have to be 60 years old or so, 70 years old to be a boomer. And they're like, no, that's not what a boomer is. Like Generation Y, these millennials or whatever they are, they have a new term. It's called boomers. It's for old people who don't know technology. And I find it endearing. I saw somebody on 4chan referring to me as a boomer Chad. He's a boomer Chad that takes on SJWs. I was like, Boomer Chad? I'm changing my name to Boomer Chad. That's awesome. Until I found out what it meant. So, yeah. Let's see. I hope Instagram TV comes and destroys YouTube, says Billy Ritchie. I don't. Michael Rodriguez, $2. Cecil should voice Cyberfrog in a cartoon. Well,
yeah. No. Too
tough. What? Too tough. Yeah, Cyberfrog's got to be a little bit more
have a soft side to him.
Right. Dragon Hand, thank you for $2. What is this? I want this. Ethan Mornings. Yes, GM. Yeah, Ethan in the morning. Blue Satoshi, $5. Todd McKinley's vid is a bit more exhaustive. Did you watch Todd McKinley's Monday Matt vid? That was a good one.
I'm not sure. I've watched a lot of Mundane Matt videos now, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I watched them all too. There was one also Unstoppable Atheist did a vicious video about him, like hateful.
Is that the kangaroo guy?
Yeah,
I watched that one.
Woof, I watched it twice. If you want a more comprehensive history of Matt, only downside is that it's not narrated by Jim. Yeah, you get the idea that Matt has wanted to break in and he's tried a bunch of different ways. Like he's had a bunch of different shows where he's
there was
that racist
Rodney's World where he's trying to be like a stoner character. The best one though was Odin. I linked those in the Twitter thing? Did you watch those?
I watched some of the Odin stuff. I like that idea. I like the idea that nobody can really see who you are, and so you can just use your voice. I didn't realize this, but when I turned off the camera and just started using my voice, like people, it actually is kind of nice. People project what they want you to look like when they just listen to your voice.
His biggest mistake was showing his ugly face.
He showed his face. Now, I figured, well, people all know what I look like. I'm semi-famous. Like, it's not hard to find pictures of me because I've made myself public for so many years. But it's like, yeah, I show my face again every now and then. And like some of these younger kids go, we thought you were like 22 years old. You're an old man. I'm like,
yeah, it's jarring how old you are.
It is. I know. I'm 43. I'm going on 44. I'm going to be 44 in like a couple weeks. So I might as well just say I'm 44. Yeah, it is. It's jarring. It's weird. You look at me and you go, oh my God, like you're an old man. Cecil, is it jarring to you when you see my face?
No, not to me, no.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it. I've seen
your face in pictures tons of times from cons and stuff. So
Of course.
Wasn't really shocked. But like, I think when you were talking about earlier with Monday and Matt, he has this like odd look about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you were pretty accurate in your description.
How would I also, speaking of seeing your face, how would I be able to do that con you guys are planning and not be able to show my face?
I was gonna wear I was gonna
mask,
get a cosplay made.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd just show up with a mask on, and I think that would be okay. We'll have security there. We're gonna have security around you just to keep you safe and keep people. But yeah, I mean, people I think would like to get your autograph. I think. So it's something to think about. You don't have to do it, Cecil. Honestly, you don't have to. And if your privacy is really that important to you, yeah, don't do it. In fact, but I'd like to hang out with you, or you could just show up and be you, and nobody would know it was you.
That's
Except
true.
for us, I mean, we
just
that voice is as soon as you talk, that's Cecil.
You don't think I could keep my mouth shut?
No, because you'll be drinking. And if there's no booze there, you'll sneak it in and you'll be pouring it in a Coke or something.
No, it's Dave and Buster's. They sell booze there, right?
No, you know what? Where we live in this whole area, like liquor licenses are rare. Like in one town, there are only like say 8 liquor licenses to go around. So it's like if you have it, like most places don't sell booze, you have to go to a place that does have one of those 8 liquor licenses.
Are you an Amish country?
No, I'm in New Jersey, dude. It's blue. It's Democrat run. And you would think that would be more.
Is it a smaller town?
What does that mean? The Kennedys were the biggest drunks in the world.
That's what I'm saying. It's about money. I don't know.
There's only a certain amount of there's only a certain amount of liquor licenses that a county gets, and they usually are going to put them in the areas that make the most money. Like, so it's hard. It's really hard to get a liquor license. It's not easy to do. That's why places will buy a building that has it, because a liquor license is attached to a building, not the person. So,
yeah,
like if a business goes under, people will buy it just to get the liquor license.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's the way it goes. When a business goes under, that liquor license goes free. Is more, it's like, well, now there's a liquor license up for grabs. Who's going to pay for it? And then it becomes like a bidding war almost. So it's all about
why don't they just make more liquor licenses? It's not like a fucking
because then it wouldn't be worth as much. Why? You know what I mean?
Man,
it's politics. It's weirdo. It's totally corrupt. But yeah, so I don't know. I think Dave and Buster's does have a liquor license though. I think, but you'd have to. I wouldn't count on it necessarily.
I usually travel with a flask anyway, so I'd be fine.
Yeah, you can bring your own. It's BYOB. I mean,
maybe I'll come and just be a fly on the wall and not even say anything.
You'd have to, yeah. We're talking about us doing it this year. I mean, he wants to run the show December. I'm okay with that, I guess. Some people aren't. I don't like the idea of people not having their book out. I would like to make sure that everyone has their book out before we do a big appearance.
We might want to March then.
Yeah, I mean, we might just wait a little while. December also traditionally isn't a great month to do a convention. You really want to do it in the springtime, summertime. But we'll see. I mean, I would like to do it. I think we should have a Comic Skate show. They have these conventions now. Like over the weekend in Manhattan, they had a FlameCon, which is all like LGBT Pride con. And they just sit there and they brag like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. We should do the same thing. Like I want to do Comic Skate Con and then have the same kind of social media where everyone talks about how great it is and wonderful and everyone's hugging and it's terrific. That would drive them crazy. That would drive SJWs absolutely bug fuck. I would really like that.
We could also have a flaming Comic Skate.
Flaming Comic Skate. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but it might not be this year. Big Chap, thanks for £1.99. Did Pando figure boning C3PO to Fabio get struck? Pando figure bone? I don't think so. I think it's there. I think it's still there. Troy Stewart, $1.99. Unrelated Rainbow Brute enemy idea. Skeleton whore. Jonathan Stoffel, $1.99. Pronunciation guide. Awful waffles for Stoffel. Okay, so Stoffel. GRP poll. $5. The old LucasArts Battlefronts were good. Same with Republic Commando. Super Unknown, $2. At Disney W last Thursday, solo merch was BOGO. What's buy one, get one free? I wish I was there. I'd like to buy a bunch of solo merch and get one free. Red 9, $5. Original vector graphics Star Wars game would be awesome. Custom Songmaker, $5. People who want to sleep with teens say it was okay 100 years ago, but it wasn't. They married for life. They didn't prey on girls for sex and then dump them.
Yeah, but everybody had a lifespan. You died at 22.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like, you really wanted to get married, and as soon as you could breed, you know.
Yeah, right. Who wants to be 18 and alone, you know? Like,
well, they would have like 6 kids too. Like, because I mean,
get them done.
You lived in shit, basically.
Yeah.
Depending on the time period. I mean, they didn't even take baths or drink water in the medieval ages.
Yeah, I don't know
drink
about
booze
that.
all the
No
time.
Toilet paper.
No, they would just
smell so bad. You dirty asses all day long. Like, can you imagine like not wiping for like a month? Like, how often were you able to get a bath? Like, can you imagine? And then
hot water.
What was sex like? I mean, just dirty women. Like, and there's no grooming. I mean, everyone looks like they've got buckwheat and a leg lock down there, and it's just like
there was no feminine hygiene as far as the period. Yeah, I mean, it's a miracle. The guys must have been horny as fuck to go through with all that, because you must lift that skirt and it must just get like the waft of the smell of everything that's trapped underneath the kitchen in the face, and then you're still down for it. I say good for them.
Yeah, people are saying they bathed back then. Yeah, they didn't bathe every day. They didn't bathe every day like they do now.
The higher class people did, but the lower class people they didn't. I mean, they ate rye bread all the time. I mean, there's shit in there that made you sick. People were not healthy back then.
Oh my God, everyone's vomiting in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's the Comic Artist Pro Secrets morning show, reminding you to get a nice hot shower. You're allowed to, you're able to. It's not the medieval times. Back then, people couldn't, so don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted right now. Jesus A. Sabalas Jr. says, when you get Andrea the pool, you should consider enclosing it. In Jersey, where the pool sucks when you can only use it for 1/6 of the year, 1/4 tops. Custom Songmaker, $5. We already read that. Blue Satoshi, $2. Comicsgate Con, careful, that's how Kilroy started. Yeah, but we would. Yeah. Kilroy.
What is Kilroy?
Kilroy was a free speech convention that didn't. What was it? Do you know anything about it, Yellow Flash? I hear people bitching about it.
There's a big thing about it, but it's just a big thing to put money in some YouTubers based mama's pocket or something. I just know that Mundane Matt went and did a panel and only had 7 people, that half of them were on their phones.
I saw that video. It's sad. He's up there being boring, and there are people like in a big empty hall. I mean, you have to entertain people. I don't. Well, anyway, Kilroy was a free speech convention for YouTubers, and it turned out to not be about free speech. There were strict speech codes, and so people who invested in it and promoted in it all backed out. And there were all kinds of weirdo gatekeeping policies. I guess I see what Blue Satoshi's saying. Comicsgate Con would simply be. It would be
like a meet and greet, maybe more than a convention. Like
that doesn't even sound fun. Let's go to Kilroy and watch Mundane Matt talk. I mean, like a Comicsgate Con would have cosplayers and vendors. Like you go there,
there would be comics
and
yeah, you could.
It'd be fun.
It'd be a con. Why do you want to meet Sargon of Akkad? I mean, he's cool, but like, what do you? Here you get like a comic book. You could buy comics, posters, prints. You get them signed. There'd be other vendors selling comics. It would just be comics. I don't know why a free speech con sounds pretty boring, but
yeah, can I just watch your content on YouTube? Sargon?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I
don't need to meet you.
Well, who do I want to meet? Do I want to meet anyone that I watch? Let me think about that. Is there somebody that you want to meet that you watch on YouTube? And be honest.
People I like. I ever think of, but I want to like have a beer with them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be fun to hang out with like you and Richard and Cecil and the kill stream guys and stuff, but I'm not like, oh my God, like it's a celebrity thing or something.
Yeah, I'm talking about like you'd want to go meet a celebrity.
No.
And I'm trying to think. I'm racking my brain for anyone. I'm going to be completely honest. If there's anyone that I admire so much on YouTube that I really want to meet them.
There's hardly any real celebrities that I'd want to meet. Like
there are
actual
tons of them for me.
Pee Wee Herman, I would definitely want to meet though.
People say Joe Rogan, Lauren Southern, yeah. Ben Shapiro, Trump. Yeah, I'd want to meet Trump. I would want to meet Trump. I did meet Lauren Southern, but it was, as you can see from the video, but it was before she was anybody. I mean, I saw her and went, she looks like kind of like a, who was the other blonde chick that was getting around back then that was working for Rebel Media and everybody was talking about her? I can't remember her name either. I'm bad with names. But she looked like her. And I went, who is this person? And I was watching her interview, you know, Muslims on the street. And I thought she was interesting. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess I want to meet.
Wasn't she in a prom dress?
Yeah, she was in a weirdo prom dress. She looked like a ballerina. Yeah, Tommy Lahren was who I was thinking of. I thought she was kind of like Tommy Lahren. Not Laura Loomer, Tommy Lahren, because Tommy Laren's absolutely beautiful. Lauren Southern is almost as cute as Tommy Lahren, but I don't, you know, it wasn't a big deal. I just realized I want to meet Milo Yiannopoulos. That's someone I do want to meet.
Oh, the gay British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
I think he would be kind of fun to hang out with. He's not on my political side, but I think he'd be a blast to hang out with.
He just seems like so much fun. Yeah, I'd want to hang out with him. Who else? Now that we've gotten to Milo, Jordan Peterson is cool.
He would lecture me and tell me, you know, how I got to change my life, I think.
You got to clean your room, Cecil.
Well, who do you want a picture with? I guess that's how to do it. Like, you want a photograph of yourself with someone, or you're going to get like a little clip for your YouTube channel with someone. Like, who's that going to be? So for me, that's Milo, definitely Jordan Peterson. And I think that's maybe the Scottish guy whose name I always forget.
Oh, Gavin
McInnes. Yeah.
Well, you've got two good ones. You've got Jordan Peterson and Booker T now.
Yeah. Booker T, I didn't realize that was going to be that big of a deal, but I mean, everybody was thrilled to see that, and I'm glad I did it.
Yes, I thought that was awesome. You met him at a con or something?
Yeah, I was just there to meet Billy Zane, because I do want to meet celebrities. I collect autographs from movie stars, you know, on DVDs. That's something I've been doing since 2008.
So you have Adam West?
I have Adam West. Yeah, I have Adam West.
I would like a picture with Adam West. I know it's a little late, but that's somebody. Yeah.
He was at all the cons. So, I mean, I got him to sign a Mystery Science Theater movie called Zombie Nightmare that he was in. I didn't get him to sign Batman, which I thought was amusing. But
most people don't know him from Zombie Nightmare.
No, well, if you do, I mean, if you're a Mystery Science Theater fan, you know him from Zombie Nightmare a lot more so than Batman, even. Or maybe not. That might be a dumb thing to say, but I got his autograph. I was there to get Billy Zane on my Twin Peaks, and I was there to get Elliot from E.T. He played Norman Bates in Psycho 4, and I'm a big Psycho 4 fan, so I was there to meet him. And I knew that Booker T was going to be there. I thought it would be kind of a funny gag, since there's a guy named Booker T who, that's his screen name, who's always telling people you look pretty jacked. To go meet Booker T and just introduce myself and ask him to make a little promo trailer from my YouTube channel and say, you're looking pretty jacked, baby. And he was happy to do it. So everyone enjoyed it. And they were like, oh my God, how did you do that? I'm like, I guess when you're not a wrestling fan, you have the balls to ask for things from people who are famous wrestlers because you don't really care. And I think that was the situation. Like, I was like, I don't follow wrestling. I don't know if you're important, but will you do this? Five-time world champion. Absolutely.
He's a big dude in real life, isn't he? He's like 6'5".
Huge. Big guy, yeah. Big guy. I mean, and big hands, you know, shook my hand disappeared. It was great. It was cool. I was glad he did it. Very, very grateful. Fried Dirt, $5. Uncle Ethan, Cecil has the perfect voice for Cyberfrog's sidekick, Tadpole. Maybe a catchphrase like, up your beehive, Hornets. Can he say that for us? You want to say "Up your beehive, hornets"?
Up your beehive, hornets.
That was better than I could have expected. Yeah, that does sound good. Gunnar Renee Ali, thank you for 109 from Norway. Super young marriage was mostly an upper class thing, but those were the people history was written about. Regular people married a bit older. So I guess it was like a privilege.
They were cleaner, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And access to real food.
Now, I'm guessing everybody did missionary back then, because would you even want to get behind a girl that didn't have access to toilet paper?
That's what I'm saying. You know,
What did the church say they had to do? I mean, that was kind of the thing.
Yeah.
I don't read it. That's all you.
Well, that's why it's called missionary position. You know, because it's religious, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Blue Satoshi, $5. Kilroy was meant to be a better VidCon by Failure and Worski, but then Base Mama overheard them and co-opted it. Wanted to turn it into TED Talks 2.0. It sounds boring as hell, dude. I'm really glad that I didn't go and was not involved. Big Chap, £1.99. Dick cheese was a delicacy in the 14th century France. That's disgusting. Chris W, $1.99. I'm just trying to zoom past that one because I'll get sick right now. Lawrence Southern looks like a Simpsons character. Yeah, you're right. You know, so does yeah, you're exactly right about that. Lawrence Southern does. Little Rosebush, $2. Thanks for helping Jeremy. Quite welcome. I hope he succeeds. I want to see a lot of these lawsuits succeed. I mean, I really do. These people who are suing SJWs for either assault or slander, I want to see them succeed, or tortious interference. I think there's no other way to do it than to get the law involved. SJWs are children that think that they can float around the internet causing extreme harm with no consequences, and there need to be consequences. So I support all of these lawsuits, all of them. Fried dirt, $2. I'd pay to see Cecil meet Milo.
Okay, pay me. I'll do it.
Yeah, I like that idea. Ian Vega Cerezo, $4.99. What are your thoughts on Disney publishing the Incredibles comic under Dark Horse rather than in-house with Marvel? Wow, what a great question.
What?
I
Really?
didn't know about that.
Wow, I didn't know that. Is that true?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be surprising to me. They're going to shut Marvel down. I'm telling you. I think in 2 or 3 years, they're all going to be farmed out. Everything. I think someone will pay for the Marvel license, and then they can just pay Disney. So they'll lose money and pay Disney. So Disney just gets a check, and that's it.
Marvel is failing.
That whole industry is going to collapse then, because DC doesn't have enough to keep.
Yeah, I don't think you can stop it at this point. You have like Zurcher doubling down. It ain't my job to sell you the book that I draw.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just doesn't make any sense.
DC says the same thing though. Here's what's confusing about that message.
It's bad.
No, DC actually tells the talent, like, hey, you know, your social media, our job, we promote these comics, not you. And if you do want to promote the comics, you have to promote them in a way that DC approves of. And you can do it if you want to. You can sit there and get on there, and they'll turn a blind eye to some extent. But I mean, they actually do have a social media policy that says it's not your place to promote our comics. We're going to promote them and sell them in our way. We paid you to produce them. Your job is now to just whatever. I mean, that's it. You know, it's our job to sell. There are properties. It's our comics, not yours. So there's
if
something.
Their books don't sell though. I mean, do they keep them around? I mean, well, they are keeping them around, but I mean, they have people, that whole Vertigo line. You have that dude from 9 Inch Nails, whatever his name is, like, calling people Nazis all the time.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean,
we're
kind of showing, I think what Comicsgate is doing, Yellow Flash, is actually showing that old model doesn't necessarily work when there's so much product out there that it all blends together. A lot of it is mediocre, and a lot of times people are simply buying these comics because they're following the creative team more so than the character itself. Because, and we do see that happening. There are some books that are going to sell no matter what. Batman is going to sell no matter what. Spider-Man, Avengers, no matter what, even if it's terrible. But, you know, you can take somebody like Jason Fabok or Grant Morrison or Jim Lee. Obviously, you can put them wherever you're going to put them. People will buy Swamp Thing because Jason Fabok drew it. And so, you know, somebody like Jason Fabok needs to get out to some degree and promote what he's doing. So that's kind of what Comicsgate is suggesting. Comicsgate is saying, yeah, the creators really do need to get out there and bond with the audience in this day and age. The way comics are going right now, it is now time for creators to bear some responsibility for the sales of these books. Now, the thing is, there is no incentive. There's no incentive virtually for creators who are working for Marvel and DC to do so. You know, do you know why? I mean, it's like, we're done. We're paid. We've been paid already. We got a page rate. So
yeah, but if your book sells more, can't you negotiate a higher page rate?
No, not necessarily. They will write that off as, hey, and the book's doing well. You know, you can overall prove that you are a valuable commodity who deserves a raise. But you know, in the short term, I mean, that's really big long-term thinking. In the short term, really, there's nothing in it for you. There's nothing in it for you to go out there and promote your X-Men book. You know, financially, there's just nothing in it for you. So the indie market is the only place I think that you're going to see people succeed wildly again, because there is the incentive to sell your own books. There is the incentive. You get out there, you sell your books. You're going to sell, if you can sell better than Marvel and DC, and you're keeping 100% of the profits rather than just 4%. Why wouldn't more people do that as Marvel and DC kind of, the sales kind of slide downward, you know?
Well, a lot of them have creator-owned books, and they don't give a shit about them, it would seem. I mean, like, I saw some tweets by, what's his name, Christopher Sabella's like, oh, I'm sitting here working on this book that no one will buy or care about. It's like, well, maybe if you weren't such a dick to everybody and block everybody.
God. Why do it then? You know, like, are you doing us a favor? Why are you doing this book that nobody cares about? You admit that nobody cares about it. I would hate to do that. I'm doing Cyberfrog, and I think people are going to be thoroughly entertained by it, and they're going to be grateful for it, and they're going to ask for the next issue. That's why I'm doing it. I'm going to be doing Rainbow Brute because people demand it. I know they demand it. I know that I'm going to show them a good time, and I'm going to make a lot of money off of it. The idea of being miserable, just going, oh God, here I am doing this book that it's for myself, and nobody's going to read it. Oh, woe is me.
He's just making it for his flatmates.
What a bunch of losers. Oh my God.
His buddies in Portland.
Do these guys have good ideas? Do something good. Do something entertaining for this audience. They're out there. It's not like they make you feel like the population of planet Earth is decreasing. There are fans out there with money. The other thing that they do is SJWs are out there, Yellow Flash and Cecil. Have you seen them? They go, eventually the money's going to dry up. Comicsgate can only work as long as people have money, but the money's going to dry up, and then they're going to stop spending $25 on a comic.
Anybody that's buying comics, I mean, comics aren't cheap.
Right. It's true. You drop 25.
I just stopped buying more. I'm already dropping 2 Superman books, which sucks. But after seeing Batman have to take a shit, that was just done. Like, I got to pull the Batmobile over and take a shit, Clark. Done. I'm done.
That's disgusting.
So that's
Wait,
$8 right
really
there that I
happen?
can put towards an indie book.
When did that happen?
The last Superman #2 under Bendis, he's like, I got to pull the Batmobile over because my bowels are hurting. He actually said that.
Oh,
my bowels are upset. I have to pull the Batmobile over, Clark.
Disgusting.
What the fuck?
I said, I'm done. This is it. Now Bendis will forever be known as the guy that had Batman tell Superman he has to take a shit.
Unbelievable. Wow. Well, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep doing it. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, these SJWs don't get it. People work. People will continue to buy product that they like. If Cyberfrog is great, if Jawbreakers is great, if Red Rooster is great, they will return for the next issue. They will pay what is asked for the next issue, as long as it's a quality product that they'll
just buy fewer comics. They'll buy the ones once in a while, the ones that come up on the thing. They won't go.
Yeah, we put out our comics twice a year. They'll buy ours, and they'll stop buying, you know, these other comics where the heroes let you know about their poop. You know, I mean, it's, you know,
there's a lot of excitement out there.
He had the Flash say duty poo poo caca,
Yeah.
But Superman was beat up, and they were looking inside him, and the Flash says, "Oh, it looks like Superman's filled with duty caca."
Chris
real
W.
line.
Thanks for $4.99. Oh God, it's exhausting. Oh wait, no, Lycan 645. Thanks for $1.99. Star Wars Empire at War has many legends mods. Chris W. 4.99. YouTube should be the equivalent of those great letters pages from the 80s. Fan interaction is crucial. What do you think of that, Yellow Flash?
I think it's very important to keep your fan base happy. Yeah.
People want to talk. This is the thing. It's like, look, morning show live, Comicsgate morning show live. 929 people watching right now. That's awesome. I mean, that's awesome.
It must be hard to take a shit with a cape on.
Yeah, he had to go immediately, so he just probably went over. And yeah, the cape probably.
How do you do that? What do you
throw
swing
it
to the front?
Forward. Yeah, you throw it over your head, maybe.
Yeah. And then you hold it with one hand because you don't want it to touch the floor around the toilet. Oh God. Oh my God.
Probably put the cape.
I mean, that's an emergency.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
People are asking if I'm
been
drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm completely sober. But a few people in the chat are saying, "Is he drinking?" I'm not drinking. It's fucking 10 in the morning. Even I have. Well, in an hour maybe.
You never went to a tailgate, Cecil?
Let me get some water.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just a Monday morning. It's not a tail. Yeah, I've drank. Of course, I've drank earlier than this, but not just on a regular morning.
Okay. Yeah. Neither do. I mean, I've went to tailgates for college football games and gotten sloshed at like 8 in the morning.
Well, I've also been up at this time from the night before, still drinking. So it's not like I've never drank at 10 o'clock in the morning. But
well, I don't think that's like a technicality.
Oh,
because you're still so you haven't went to bed yet.
No, I went to bed and woke up. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but I've woken up and had a beer because I've had a hangover or something like that. But I didn't drink that much yesterday.
The morning, if you saw 10 in the morning from the other side and you're in a casino. But I mean,
I've done that plenty of times. We were just saying that you go straight through. It's 10 in the morning. Then it's still last night, really, technically.
Right. I don't get to do that. I mean, that's but I mean, I definitely would. When you're a dad, no, you're not doing that. Let's see here. Joe Marone, thanks for $2. What's the Harris versus Hall of Heroes Cyber Frog? All right, so quick history lesson about me. When I first started in comics, I drew 5 issues of Cyber Frog for my friends, and then once I felt comfortable enough, I reached out to small press companies. And Hall of Heroes was a publishing company in Indiana. I said, please publish Cyberfrog. They said, we'll give you $500. And I said, okay. They published Cyberfrog #1 at this company called Hall of Heroes, which was kind of a Christian superhero company, and put out the first 2 issues. I never got $500, but I got a crate of 250 copies of the book, which is way better than $500. Then after issue 2 came out, I started working as an inker for Harris Comics. They were looking for a new property other than Vampirella, and they saw Cyberfrog and said, we'll publish Cyberfrog. So we'll take a chance on that. So Harris Comics started paying me to do Cyberfrog. So there are 2 issues of Hall of Heroes Cyberfrog, and then that ended, and then a brand new #1 at Harris, and that went on for, I don't know, maybe 10 issues or so. I forgot. I lost count. But yeah, that's the difference. The Hall of Heroes comics are obviously a lot more rare and a lot harder to find and a lot more expensive. It doesn't mean they're better, though. In fact, I think they are better, come to think of it. I'm going to get them colored. I'm going to give Kyle Ritter more to do. I'm going to be like, all these black and white comics that I did, in the 90s, you color them. I'll re-release them in color. Just seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Re-release them. That would be cool. Yeah, there's a market.
Yeah, people are asking when I'm going to reprint all this stuff. They can't find it. First, I'll just wait until retailers make money selling them selling the back issues. But
I
Then I'll
can't
do it.
believe that the comics are in decline, considering all the movies and the excitement for all these characters has never been higher, and it's ridiculous.
Well, look at the
And there's people
products.
willing to people want me to write a fucking comic. Who the fuck am I? I mean, there's excitement for cash grab. I'm taking the money, like I say, but I feel bad that they're not going to get it now. First, I didn't feel bad. Now I kind of feel bad.
Cecil, they want a book out of you because it's going to be a good time. I mean, listen, comics are in decline because they're not a good time right now. They're just not a good time.
True.
They're no fun. They're no fun. Do you remember how much fun comics used to be in the 90s?
There's a couple that are fun, but man, they're hard to find. Like, there's some that don't I do like the two Power Ranger comics are pretty fun.
Are they weirdo comics though? Are they
No,
written
not
by
yet,
weirdos?
but they're going to be. They brought in a big SJW girl to write the book now. So after there's one more issue, it's done. But man, it was a good book. Even Zack reviewed it and was like, "Yep, he's right."
He said that. Yeah, I'm not a big Power Rangers fan. Were you a Power Rangers fan?
When I was a kid,
it just-
yeah. When I was a kid,
Oh,
I
okay.
was.
No, I wasn't into that.
Yeah, I could read a good He-Man comic because I was a He-Man fan as a kid. But like Power Rangers, I never so it would have to be an extraordinary comic to suck me in.
Well, the cool thing about it is they gear it towards me. They want to get the a nostalgia thing going, and they write it for adults. It's pretty adult.
That's smart.
Kids could read
That
it.
is smart. They're going after their audience.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic.
You're not going to find, like, here's the thing, like, you were probably 8 years old, when you found Power Rangers and it clicked with you. Like, they have to, if they're going to bring back Power Rangers, they can't expect to find 8-year-olds again, because 8-year-olds are now looking at something else. The next generation of 8-year-olds, yeah, they're into something else. So now you've got to do Power Rangers for those 8-year-olds that have grown up. And this is the thing, we talk about Rainbow Bright and everything, and Rainbow Brute around here. It's like all these 80s properties that they try to bring back. Dynamite bought the license to Rainbow Bright. They got it out from under me. I wanted it. I failed. They've got it now. If I had Rainbow Bright, I would just make it for, well, I'm going to make it for men. That's what I'm going to do with Rainbow Brute. But if I were making a Rainbow Bright comic for girls, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to try to aim this at adults. I'm going to do an adult Rainbow Bright comic. You have to just aim it at these women that have grown up. Little girls don't know what the hell Rainbow Bright is. It's a weirdo thing. It looked good in 1983. It doesn't look good now. I mean, these properties, they died for a reason. They didn't just take a break. They actually died. So you're depending entirely on the nostalgia factor to make these things work again, and you're going to have to speak to that 8-year-old, the audience that was 8 years old when they found it, that are now in their 40s. Rainbow Brute is going to work, dude. It is going to. I can't wait. I was in the car. I was thinking about the Cabbage Patch Kids, and
Did they ever have a cartoon?
No, they never had a cartoon. Well, maybe they did, but I don't remember. But Cabbage Patch Kids are going to be in Rainbow Brute, but they're going to be like the lettuce something kids. And I was just thinking, man, I want the gardener. The gardener's name is Farmer Geddon, and he's raising these cloned kids. They're hideous. I mean, think about him. They're like, he's growing kids in dirt. Like, he's growing vegetable clone kids in dirt. I want him to look like James Gunn. And it's like, he's gonna look like James Gunn, of course. And I thought of a really dirty joke, and then I can't use it because it's Rainbow Brute has to be for kids. Like, it has to be okay for kids. It has to be family based. But yeah, I'm gonna make Farmer Geddon resemble James Gunn. Yeah. So lettuce instead of Cabbage Patch, Lettuce Grove Kids, Lettuce Farm Kids. What's a good synonym for patch?
Oh shit, I have to be in my word for that.
Field.
Lettuce Field.
No.
Let me see.
I'll work on it.
Lettuce.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Somebody said that.
Let us alone.
That'd be good with James Gunn.
James Gunn, lettuce fuck kids. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I got the whole chat struck. But yeah, let me see. Garden synonyms. Yeah, let's see if we can find it. Garden synonyms. You guys help me with this. I mean, I can't do this alone. I know that, you know,
I'm
hey
reading the
chat, I know that you think, yeah, the chat's going nuts over lettuce kids. Lettuce harvest kid. That's good too.
That's not bad.
Lettuce plot kids, lettuce yard, lawn patch.
Harvest head.
I like harvest, lettuce harvest kids. The lettuce harvest kids. Lettuce acres.
Lettuce harvest kids, yes.
Because lettuce harvest kids is it's pretty gross too. And that's a harvest is actually the same thing. Like it sounds pedophilic, like it sounds creepy. So yeah, that might be good.
Lettuce harvest kids.
Lettuce fondle kids. The lettuce fondle kids. Oh my god. Yeah. I will make this work.
Lettuce beat kids.
lettuce plow kids.
So when I was looking up, like the greenhouse, like the greenhouse kids.
Lettuce plow kids.
Oh.
If you have the kids that are grown in a greenhouse, call them the greenhouse kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he's going to grow these kids in the ground, and they're clones, and they're all, like they're mean. You know, they're mean. Everybody's making good puns here, but
lettuce plow is great.
Lettuce plow kids.
The lettuce plow kids. And James
That'd be pretty funny, especially if he looks like James Gunn.
Oh God,
lettuce plow. You got to do lettuce plow.
The lettuce plow kids.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't. It's too. I don't want to make it.
No, it's a farming thing. It's lettuce kids that you.
But
you know.
It is. I don't know. But it's still for kids. The book's for kids, and that is definitely a joke. Oh God. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to draw these things. They're gonna have like veins. Like they're gonna be green skinned and have all these kind of veins sticking out of their heads that look like lettuce leaves. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Everyone's fired. Everyone's fired. Yeah, but people are voting for Harvest. Edwin Boyette, thanks for $4.99. I have the superpower to tune into streams at the worst possible moment. Edwin, I'm telling you. I am telling you. That was yeah, I was fired from Disney just now, so it's Job of the Cuck. Oh, gross. But yeah. The lettuce plow sprouts. Can we keep kids or should we change kids? Children.
What about just the Brussels sprouts or something? Why even make it? They look like the same kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm going to draw them up. Once I draw them, it's going to be really spooky. I mean, just imagine like a child that's growing in a head of lettuce. You know, it's like it's part of, like it's the center of a head, like the heart of a head of lettuce. And it's like it's shaped like a human. It's already creepy. It's going to work out really well. I get so excited by all of this. I mean, these are just these opportunities to be creative and have nobody tell you no, are just great. I love it. I love independence. Lettuce plow sprouts has good alliteration. Lettuce plow sprouts. It's hard to say. Change lettuce to kale. The Kale Clan kids.
That's not good. That's good.
That is good. But kale is better, isn't it? Kale is better.
The Kale Clan kids. The KKK. I like it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, that is good. Reminds me of the South Park video game where he had KKK as the name of his Dungeons and Dragons group.
The Kale Clan kids. People dig it. Well, you know, and it also has this Children of the Corn kind of thing about it. I mean, if you think about it, I always wanted to see the Cabbage Patch Kids fight the Children of the Corn. That'd be a pretty good fight, too. Kale Clan kids, everyone digs it. Everyone digs the Kale Clan kids. We might do it. That might be it. That might win the day. Some people are disgusted by this. They're sighing in the audience. God, there goes Comicsgate, says Joe Marone. I disagree.
That was Al Lewis who sighed. And that was the name of Grandpa on Munsters.
Yeah, yeah, Grandpa Munster. Let's see. Jesus A. Sabalis Jr. $2 says lettuce hydroponic garden kids. Yeah, I still think Kale Clan Kids is funniest.
You could maybe change it to spell the clan with a C.
Well, can we think of a different word other than clan? Why does it have to be clan? That's a little too on the money.
Kale.
What's another K word that goes in there? Kale.
People change it. Just change it
Are
to
they
club
bad?
with a K.
Are they bad, like evil?
Yeah, they're bad. Yeah,
so
yeah.
make it the Killer Kale Kids.
Killer Kale Kids. I'm looking at the
club
chat,
with a K.
Well, they're doing a lot of K words. I mean, or like C words with a K. But I mean, if we could find an actual K word, that is the Kale Crew. Yeah, but it's still a C word that you're spelling with a K. So that's too like deliberate. You're saying you're deliberately trying to make it KKK, unless you can accidentally, KKK has to be an accident. The Kale Kid Crew, nah.
You're gonna drive Tim Doyle up the wall with this.
Oh my god, dude! This book
like the sketchbook.
Jesus A. Sabalis Jr. Thanks for $2. Kale Kids Club. Yeah, I hope so. This book this book is. It talk about political. Like I've said that I don't want politics in comics. This comic is political. I mean, in a way, it's not political. It's social. It's making a social statement about why. It's kind of like inserting women into all these boys' properties all the time doesn't work, and yet the reverse does. It's going to be kind of accidental. It'll be like, how would you like it if we kind of masculinized all of your girls' properties? Like now you're going to see what that's like, and the end result is it's going to work. Actually, people are going to actually like it and buy it. E-Man $2. Kale Cart Kids. Cart is still we're running into the same problem. We need a good K word, guys. The Kathleen Kennedy Kids. There you go. That works. The Kathleen Kennedy Kids. We've drifted far away from Cabbage Patch Kids though at this point. Tim Collins says Kale Kids Cart $2. E-Man Kale Cart Kids $2. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Edwin, how you doing? Why don't you come in here if you're in the chat? You've got the link. You've got the link, my friend. Actually, we should probably wrap it up. I should get to work. This was a fun morning show. Cecil and Yellow Flash, thank you for coming on. I've tried to get you to come on the show quite a few times.
I'm always busy when you do them, man.
I know. Sometimes it's better, I guess, to do it during the day. I can get you in here.
I got up early. I got to actually get a good night's sleep last night. So,
Jesus A. Sabalis Jr. has a good word. He says kindergarten. He said Kale Kids Kindergarten. So let's get rid of kids. Kale Kindergarten. The Kale Kindergarten Kids.
Yeah, not bad.
Actually, I kind of like that.
Yeah, kindergarten is a good word because it implies that he's going to educate these clones. So that's not bad. The Kale Kids Kindergarten is pretty good. I don't know why they're the KKK though. It's like they're not racist. These things. They're just who knows.
Think of all the press you'll get from it because they'll all be like freaking out and.
Well, it's very deliberate. I mean, some of people are going to get that that's a very deliberate thing to call it the KKK. But Kale Kids.
But I think just come back to this broadcast and see that it was completely accidental.
Yes. Nicholas Glenn, thanks for $1.99. Kale Killer Kids. Yeah. All right, so it's 10:40 a.m. everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll be back tonight probably to do Comicsgate live if people want it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's Monday, so Comicsgate High Council isn't until tomorrow. You guys have a terrific start to your week. Cecil, Yellow Flash, thanks for joining me. Thank you, Doug TeNaples, for joining me earlier. The link to Doug TeNaples' Bigfoot Bill is in the description if you haven't backed that yet. Make sure that you do. It's hilarious. Brand new comic from the creator of Earthworm Jim. Need your support, and I know that that's what you guys do. You do support these great comics, and we love you for it. So until later on, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later. Bye-bye.